Immediately.
Yeah.
See, we do a 3-hour radio show for free radio. Then we do another 2 hours on XM satellite radio. And then with Pal Talk, the show continues after that.
Yeah.
Anthony ends up doing a couple hours every night on Pal Talk for the Pal Talkers.
Why not?
You got the message boards. You got people, they're doing assaults on the media. This is like an experience, the O&A experience. It really is. We discussed this a while ago. This show never really ends.
No. The message boards and Pal Talk, there are wars going on. Message board wars going on that we don't even know about.
No.
Things that are happening behind the scenes with our fans and things. A lot of sex, apparently. A lot of sexual hookups. Pal Talk.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even
amazing.
mention that. Yeah, our listeners are now having sex with each other.
They're hooking up and
because of this show. They didn't know each other before this show.
No, if it wasn't for us, I don't know. Maybe there'd be one less case of AIDS.
We learned about a couple threesomes that happened because of this show.
Yeah.
I sneak onto there from time to time, right?
From time to time.
From time to time.
O&A fan room, you know.
Yeah.
There's only ever one girl and 85,000 dudes. What sex is going on? Unless it's sissy sex.
Apparently you're tuning in at the wrong time.
I'm on there. It's happy somebody and boogly shoes. And then the rest is just guys talking about how that one computer key doesn't work. Dude. And then a bunch of, remote.
But the point I'm making... The show and the experience of the show never ends. It just never ends. So, after we went off the air yesterday on regular radio, free radio, terrestrial radio, radio.
Whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. We did our show at XM, and yesterday we just decided to screw off, and we came up with a fine new bit.
Yes.
That's going to sweep the nation, I guarantee it.
We really can't even say the name of it here. That's how the FCC is and federal regulations. We can't say the name, but let me see if I could sneak this past.
All right.
Let's say you took 3 roosters and put them in a box.
Oh boy, are you kidding me?
What? No. This will go through. The name of the bit was called the same thing you would call 3 roosters in a box, but it rhymed. See?
It rhymed with
box.
Yeah.
So that's what it was called.
How about
blank in a box?
Yeah.
Blank in a box.
How about Randy Johnson's nickname?
No.
The nickname for his nickname.
No. Oh, a nickname for his nickname.
In a box.
In a box. Blanks in a box.
So the bit was called Blanks in a Box, basically.
Roosters.
How about David Arquette's wife's last name?
Did we just say at the same time?
No, because you two asses are trying to figure out
if David Arquette's wife, Courtney, was in a box,
but it was
actually just used her last name.
Actually, it would have to be the whole family, though, because there were many in the box.
Well, with her,
it was no, you don't
have to say many because you just say her last name.
It's just her last name in a box.
Right.
And that's what it was.
So anyway, yes, the video's up on opieandanthony.com. We spent 2 hours on this bit yesterday. The beauty of satellite radio, you go long form. I mean, we would never be able to do it over here because you got to fit in the commercials every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Over there, we spent well over an hour just planning the dumb bit. Yeah, and then we did the dumb bit.
You got to listen in.
And now the video is down to I think 3 minutes on opieandanthony.com. Yeah. But basically, the box was laid out on a sidewalk, and on the top of the box it said, "Free puppies."
Free puppies. The box was closed, but it had a hinged lid.
Hinged
lid. You could open it up.
With a note that said, "Free puppies."
Free puppies, which would pique people's curiosity.
And this is Manhattan. It's tough to get people to notice anything, but the box was big enough. It was in the middle of the sidewalk. It said, "Free puppies" on the top.
Free puppies.
Had the nice lid.
And it was a little chilly yesterday, so a lot of do-gooders walking down the street would be maybe concerned that somebody's leaving puppies in a box on the sidewalk in Manhattan.
Yes.
There weren't puppies in that box.
And we got to watch from above, 5 stories above, down at this box, as people were walking toward the box that said free puppies on it.
So we're hanging out the 4th story or 5th story window, and we're looking out, and we have our microphones, and we're just watching people walk by and see the Free Puppies sign on top of the box, and then lift the lid and look inside, and just they were shocked at what they saw because we went to the newsstand located right across the street and picked up a fine publication. It's called Honcho.
Well, and inches.
Yes, and another. yes.
It's Home Depot's magazine.
These are magazines geared toward gay men. Like maybe a heterosexual gentleman would enjoy Swank or Penthouse. Or maybe some harder material, stuff like that. That's what this is to the gay men, is that type of magazine. So there's nothing left to the imagination, and everyone is extremely glad to be where they are in this magazine. So,
don't forget the other thing that okay, yeah.
We cut out a bunch of these pictures from the magazines and glued them or taped them to the inside of the box.
Yeah.
Hence the name of the bit.
Every single inch of the inside of the box was covered with this type of material.
Right. And then smack dab in the middle of the box,
get a good one,
was what they called in the old days a marital aid.
Very good.
They called it a marital aid. And that was standing up, because it had to be affixed to the bottom of the box, standing up.
Yeah.
In the bottom of the box.
Yeah.
Kind of just jiggling back and forth when people would open the box. And we put it there with the Free Puppy sign and just laughed our asses off.
Well, then we just
people.
Watched for like a half hour straight.
Yeah.
From above.
It was like fishing.
And broadcasted the whole thing.
They'd walk past, kind of look. Some people would look and go, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to open the box.
No.
And they would walk past. Other people would look, go to open it, and walk away. And you'd like, it's when you felt the nibble. You know, the nibble on the fishing line. And then other people just, we struck gold. They'd look, think there was a poor puppy in this box, open it up, and just the shock of seeing that awful material inside that box.
I'm watching the video again. Once again, we bring this bit over here because you can see it for yourself if you go to opieandanthony.com.
Yeah.
The video is pretty good. But we learned. We're going to do this bit again later on this week.
Yep.
We're going to get a better camera angle, and we got a few other adjustments to the Box O blanks.
We like to experiment with these gags. We take it into the Opie and Anthony Institute.
That's right.
We take it to the Institute and test this out.
Mm-hmm.
And this was
a field test.
A field test, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
We went with a field test on this one.
And it worked very well. We had a great time with it. And now we'll tweak it a little bit.
Yep.
And take it back out into the field.
Well, I think we're going to try to get a camera inside the box to get the actual reactions.
Right. Now
of the people.
I was a little worried that the camera might be stolen. And then someone had the great idea of disguising the camera with yet more photographs from the likes of Honcho magazine. Then you wouldn't see the camera, and you could see the people's faces as they open up the box. It's brilliant. The Institute, the scientists working at the O&A Institute are brilliant.
And the best part about this,
from all over the globe.
We have people that work for this show. That's their whole job.
Yeah.
Danny's whole job this week is to make this bit even better.
Make the box so we can see the people's faces.
Right, make it a little heavier so it feels like there might be a puppy inside.
Sound effects.
Possible
another
sound
thing.
effects.
We're thinking of putting some kind of a recording device in there with puppy noises, so it would really pique people's interest. Just things like that, little tweaking that goes on that makes it easier. The maybe a better sign on top. Things like that. And we will bring it to you online.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see part of the O&A experience that goes on after the show.
It's a 24-hour experience. It really is. Maybe we could hear from Danny to see where he's at with the bit, because he's working it. He's working
in charge.
On the bit. He's in charge of
wow.
making the bit smoke by the end of the week. But right now, so far, very happy with the brand new bit.
Oh, yeah.
And very happy with the video that Sam took with his camera yesterday.
Camera. The prototype.
And once again, the video of the Box O blank is up on opieandanthony.com. OPIE, by the way. People spell my name wrong, which is ridiculous. All right. Also,
that wrong.
Also, on opieandanthony.com, we did a commercial for XM and the outtakes from the commercial
last night.
The outtakes from the XM commercial are up on opieandanthony.com. It's worth a view. And I think the people that are faithful listeners of the show that have been with us for a while are really going to enjoy it because Jimmy just did a million impressions of people that you know and love from this show.
Yeah.
So it's very, very funny. That's also up on opieandanthony.com.
He had a great, it was a great goof on a hacky thing, the big entrance into the room, where he opens the door, peeks his head in, and says his lines. So he kept peeking in as different people, and it really was killing us, man.
Yeah.
He's just he's
like the old sitcom where like Fonzie came in and he can't even do his line because everyone's applauding, so he has to stop and take in the applause.
So he's got to stop. It's like, hey, Mr. C, hey, Mr. C, I was down at Arnold's and he's got to repeat the line because the applause, the people, woo!
Yeah, the actual commercial's online, which we think is pretty funny, and then the outtakes have been added overnight, so they're both up on opieandanthony.com. We got Danny on the line. He's at the Institute, the Opie and Anthony Institute. Danny, what's up?
Hey, guys. How are you?
All right.
So have you been doing a lot of thinking overnight?
I have.
Okay.
And I think I have some solutions for some of the issues that we ran into.
All right.
First off, we definitely need some kind of walkie-talkie apparatus in the box.
In the box. Now, what would a two-way device do?
Well, I think that would allow us, like, if we had a sign that didn't necessarily say puppy, but maybe if it just said free to a good home.
Free to a good home.
Yeah, that way you could make whatever corresponding sound that you would need. It could be puppies, it could be kittens, or if you wanted to try making baby sounds, you could go for that.
All right. I'm kind of liking it. He's thinking this is what the Institute is all about.
I think we got to make it very obvious, though. Like either puppies, kittens, babies.
We could have different signs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the box should definitely have air holes just to sell it a little better.
Yep.
But they should be on the side of the box, not on the lid, because we've noticed there was a little gap on the lid of the box, and some people would just peer into the gap and realize there was nothing inside without being able to see the filth that was actually in there.
Yeah, the holes definitely couldn't be big enough to peer through.
Yeah.
Second, let's see, the weight issue was also brought up yesterday.
Yep.
And I think I could kill two birds with one stone here. I say that we take a laptop computer.
Yeah.
With an air card.
Uh-huh.
And a webcam.
And
we disguise it up.
Yeah.
So that there's parts covering the laptop. And that'll take care of the weight issue. And also, people could log into Pal Talk Live and
watch it live as it happens. Now that's brilliant. See, again, bringing the audience in as it happens to be able to watch that and listen. We could actually put the mic on that, and they could listen to what the people are saying. And then they can listen to us on the radio.
I love it.
That is perfect.
All right, you got to try all this out maybe today or something there.
Wow, the Institute cranking at this hour.
I love it. All right, Danny.
Boy, you know something? I didn't really think Danny was... I thought it was just a radio shtick thing, that Danny was actually working on this. Amazing.
I actually thought about it before I went to bed last night.
That's good. And you know something, though? That's what we really want to do, is start loading this box up with electronic devices. Like the police wouldn't be...
When is Danny going to get an extra stripe for going to bed thinking of...
we'll make him a private. I predict this box being blown up by the bomb squad at some point
I don't understand how
cameras and electronics. Yeah, who would open it?
I don't get it.
What lunatic walks down the street of Manhattan in this day and age of Al-Qaeda and terrorism and 9/11 and actually opens up a random box left in the middle of a sidewalk?
Curiosity.
I don't care what it says on it.
It comes down to curiosity. We all have it.
Open puppy, my friend.
If it was a baby, if it was up to me, it'd have all that blue bank ink from when you rob it. I'll make sure that baby have something on it just to make sure it ain't a bomb.
I like Danny's idea about the walkie-talkie, too, because at one point we could see how daring people are and just play that awful music they listen to. Like that prayer, that call to prayer. We'll play that and see if somebody actually opens the box lid to that.
Awesome. All right, Danny, thank you.
You got it, guys.
All right, we got to take a break. We got Patrice O'Neal in studio today, and we couldn't be, what? Look, we did 20 minutes already. What's wrong with you?
Nothing.
With those big eyes. What happened?
I don't know.
What the hell magazine do you read?
Nothing.
Feds?
We'll get into it after the break.
Oh, I gotta know what that is.
And also,
I've never heard of it.
And as Ecstasy of Gold was playing, Patrice admitted that he had a black president doll growing up. We got to get into that.
We're talking a little bit about collector's items, and that would apparently be one.
And the Harlem Hero, we'll get into that next. And, well, we want to get your take on James Brown.
Yes, sir.
And Saddam Hussein. And
James Brown just died at the wrong time.
And no respect for James
Not
Brown.
even a drop.
We got lots to do today. Stay there. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Whip them out, winners. And if you don't have a WOW sticker because the radio station listen to us on is lazy and they don't feel like getting WOW stickers printed, you can always,
none of those.
You could always make there's a few actually. It's unfortunate. You can make a homemade WOW sign and throw it on the back of your car or truck. Okay?
Yeah, do that.
Or write it in the dirt on the back of your truck. Patrice O'Neal in studio. Our phone number 1-866-313-FREE. That's 1-866-313-FREE. I wanted to ask Patrice about his thoughts on James Brown and
miss him already.
And Gerald Ford and Saddam.
I miss Saddam.
And Lionel from the Jeffersons.
Oh, that's right.
Are you kidding me?
That's right.
Lionel from the Jeffersons is dead?
Yeah, Lionel died. The original Lionel, the one.
The original one.
No, the good one, the famous one.
The famous one.
Yeah, the one that created Good Times, the one that was on All in the Family.
The one that was on All in the Family.
Yeah.
Used to give Archie a bunch of crap.
Yeah, he died. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Bunker, we make sure we be He used to do that and goof on Archie all the time.
He got this much space on page 73 of the Daily News.
In the white press. The Amsterdam News did a 17-page spread about Lionel from Good Times. Yeah. Gerald Ford got the page right before the sports.
Yeah.
In the Amsterdam News, and Lionel from the Jeffersons.
Front page.
It was a special
blast on there.
Edition, a special pull-out
section.
You know that when the dopey paper has to
be it was a full body fold out.
I hate when the dopey papers have to give you 5 pages before the actual paper starts.
Hey man.
A special fold out. Wow, that's weird. George Jefferson is still alive.
Sherman Hemsley,
yeah.
But he died of something creepy, he died of a white man's disease, some
Did he?
creepy cancer.
Too much salt, I think, or something like that.
No, he had something wrong with his throat, he had throat cancer or something.
Was it throat cancer?
Yeah.
And he was doing
bastard.
something weird at the end of his life, I don't know, selling real estate or something.
Yeah, he was a man now for that, though.
What the hell was it? I read the obit. I can't even remember anymore.
He made all his money off Good Times, did the real estate, and then,
That's
a lot of people. And then you gotta miss James Brown, which is disappointing how Saddam and Gerald Ford. And James Brown was doing concerts, like y'all was saying, up to his last breath.
Oh, yeah.
Gerald Ford was doing absolutely nothing but being an ex-president.
Just existing as an ex-president.
Just a guy that used to work.
Is better than touring the country.
And a guy who never was voted for no one voted for this guy under any circumstance.
He worked in the post office or something. I don't even know what he did. And then, because of events at Watergate, he gets made the president of the United States. I like also how they...
Don't forget he was part of the Warren Commission, too.
Oh, ooh.
And he pardoned everybody.
Yeah.
Pardoned Nixon.
I pardon you.
Fell downstairs and it's just
they talked about him like he healed the country after Watergate. Everyone was so suspect of the government and we had been lied to, and Gerald Ford was this uniting force that calmed us as a nation. This guy did nothing.
No.
He did nothing.
Well, did you watch the coverage yesterday? They couldn't come up with anything.
They talked about him like the savior of the nation. Meanwhile, all he did was not rob anyone, not do anything like Nixon did.
And
he just sat
wife,
there.
He just got the car back on the road after.
Betty Ford
and
got
his
one.
wife helped drunks.
Well, that's the angle they took all day yesterday. They kept going to Betty Ford because they had nothing on this.
His funeral should have opened up for James Brown's funeral.
That should have been the opening act.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
The hardest working man in show business, Gerald Ford's corpse, proudly presents James Brown's corpse. Gerald Ford's corpse should have put a cape on James Brown's.
Dude, I can't go on. Yeah, we know. You're dead.
But James Brown dies, and I'm thinking, wow, the guy's getting a lot of respect, a lot of print, a lot of coverage.
Oh, did he get nothing?
And then all of a sudden, oh no, a president died. And then, oh no, they decided Saddam.
They decided in 2 seconds, thanks to Saddam.
That was a hell of a 2 days there.
No, Richard Pryor
didn't get the proper he's dead stuff either. When's the last black person that got? Oh, everybody he died.
Martin Luther King.
Something was going on.
1968, that was
68. Martin Luther King got his due.
I don't even know if he did, man.
No, you know who? Let me tell you who got it. Who did they? Rosa Parks.
Yeah, Rosa got
They
some
put her in the rotunda there.
Yeah.
She died?
Yeah.
She's
dead, by the way. Coretta Scott King.
She got some respect.
She got some respect.
People,
yeah, civil rights people.
Fair enough, but James Brown deserves
entertainment. You know what it was though? James Brown in life was kind of a scumbag. He's very entertaining.
All artists are scumbags. There's not one artist that you can think of that's not a piece of garbage.
Guns and beating women and stuff like that.
That kept this creative flow.
It certainly did. I'm not arguing with the point,
Patrice. How do you think he came up with Al? Every time he punched the bitch in the rib cage.
She makes that.
Good one, baby.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got to sample that.
Got a mic in front of her face. Hitting her in different areas, giving her a Charlie horse. That doesn't work.
Dunk her head in the sink.
Got to find the right tone. Ow!
Punching a bitch in the stomach never worked.
For all the music he made, I'd proudly give up. Any of those chicks he beat up on.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Yeah.
And his current wife, who they throwing out of the
house my God.
They threw her out of the mansion.
Threw her out.
But do you know why, though? Look, it's legal. Even though life ain't fair, she married him, but she never got divorced from this other guy.
Uh-huh.
So what happened is she married James and then got divorced from the other guy. But then she was supposed to marry James again.
Yeah, because the first one didn't take.
Because the first one wasn't true. Right,
because she was still married.
She had his son though.
That don't matter.
There's a lot of baby daddies.
Yeah, I guess.
But there's a huge.
I think that would count for something.
Gerald Ford got a baby mama.
I don't think there's any argument over that though.
There's an 82-year-old boy out there.
They didn't lock Betty Ford out of the house. Some old broad sitting there on the stoop.
What did you say James Brown looked like in that coffin?
He looked like Esther Roll. I didn't want to look at him. You know what it is? It's like you first of all, he was 73. He lived a long life. He gave so much, man. It's just I don't want to see any. For me to go, oh, James Brown is dead, it's just selfishness. I mean, other than the people who love him, for me to go, oh, he gave so much, just when he died, if he disappeared, it's fine, man. They propped him up in that weird, just that death look, man. I
saw, and they showed it on the news. They showed him dead on the news, and I don't know what it is. Maybe the morticians got to.
They didn't show any makeup version of Gerald Ford. They didn't show the funny-looking dead Gerald Ford.
They gotta get better makeup for black people when they're dead. They all look gray. They all look too ashy.
That's because white makeup ladies are doing it.
White makeup people don't know to do that.
Getting SAG scale.
Did you see? He was
make a good point.
He was propped up in the coffin, gray.
Yeah.
Come on.
They gotta hire union workers.
Get some of that. What's his name? Little Richard makeup on.
But
that is completely
unbelievable.
He looks good because it's like brown spackle they put on him.
It's unnecessary they didn't. I mean,
open coffins
on tour.
They shouldn't be allowed at this point. I think that's an older generation thing, first of all. I don't think the younger generation in general has open coffins. It's too creepy.
I think that's
for everybody involved.
I think that whole thing started before photography, when they didn't have pictures of loved ones, so they wanted to get a last look.
Right.
How about you just have pictures and you remember that?
Yeah, it's more
open. Stop it.
Closed coffin with a couple nice pictures.
Right.
You know, maybe a picture
Slam that thing shut.
Maybe a picture of the person in Jamaica sipping one of those cute little, tropical drinks.
Pina colada.
With a Hawaiian
or a banana daiquiri.
Now, was this president's death protocol what they did for Gerald Ford? I don't even remember Reagan getting...
Reagan got a lot more.
Reagan got a big one, but I don't remember. I think it was more of a private thing, though, wasn't it?
It didn't seem like he got this much.
They didn't.
Well, we didn't
traipse him all over the place, did they?
We didn't elect the guy, so not gonna give him the full all-out funeral.
Well,
kind of walked into the job.
Reagan
never meant to be a president. Let's be honest here.
Reagan had it was kind of a private thing, wasn't it?
Reagan?
It wasn't,
Reagan, I don't remember
it being, because Gerald Ford, quite frankly, look, I'm not trying to disrespect presidents. But the guy was pretty insignificant up to his death.
He was a filler.
I think he was doing the music hall up there in Westbury.
Yeah, Westbury.
Music Center.
We were talking about that. My aunt actually had tickets for Elvis Presley. He was supposed to play Westbury Music Fair here in New York, and of course we know how that ended. He dies. My aunt goes and gets a refund for the tickets. It's like, why wouldn't you want to hold on to the tickets to the show that Elvis didn't make because he died? You know, even then, there was enough Elvis lunatics out there that buy up anything Elvis that, it would be a collector's item. But we were talking about that, and the fact that things become collector's items is because people do stupid things like get the refund for the ticket.
How much money did you get back?
Back then, it's probably $15.
Like $7 a ticket or something, probably, right?
Yeah, probably not even $15. I think
that would be worth, though, if she had kept it.
Now, for an Elvis lunatic, they'd probably pay thousands for it. Probably pay thousands.
The last concert ticket,
right
before he was supposed to perform, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Right before he died, ticket. You think that would be worth some money?
I think it would be worth a lot of money.
Did you have anything in your memory that was worth money that you could think of might have been if you kept it?
I talk about my signed Christmas card from Richard Milhouse Nixon. I sent him a Christmas card, and he sent me one back.
And you sold it for what, crack?
No, I threw it away at some point in my moving.
Is it an actual signature?
When I moved 80 times over 5 years.
Is it an actual signature?
Yes, it was an actual signature.
Oh, dude, these tickets. Thank you, E-Rock. Elvis tickets, $50
now.
$50.
I think they peaked.
She did the right thing. $50. Who cares?
What for?
This was for like a Memphis show, I think, right?
What's this, eBay?
Yeah.
Is it a show he made?
Huh?
Is it a show that he made?
Yeah,
is it a ticket stub?
Good point. I don't know.
1970.
This is tickets that she was supposed to enjoy
right
after the toilet.
These the date on the ticket that he's supposed to perform is
after
the date he died.
Right.
August 28th, 1977. When did the king die?
78. He died in 78.
Did he? I think it was 77.
I don't think he died. I think he died in 78.
I think it was 77.
I think it was.
We don't even know.
She was supposed. He died.
1977. He died, right? Here we go. August 16th, 1977. So the tickets would have been for 11 days later.
Oh, okay.
That should be
$50.
$50. She did the right thing. She keep the tickets around for 30 years so you can make $50.
Or no deal. I guess she made the right decision.
Yeah, I think so. And then Patrice, we were talking about this during the break, and Patrice said that he had
a black president doll.
Yeah. Was it a collector's item?
It didn't exist.
There
was no black president doll.
I don't know.
By who? Mattel?
Maybe if 24 puts out a little play character set. Wasn't there a black president on 24th?
Who is the hardest? He's the hardest working man in show business now.
That guy is in everything.
What's his name?
Exactly.
I'll tell you his name.
Guy.
His name is Dennis Haysbert, and you gotta remember that. Yes,
Very
he
good.
does the insurance commercials. He's on like something where he's a Navy SEAL. He's on 24.
Patrice, I will remember that for the next 5 minutes.
You should.
And then it's going to leave my brain.
He's the guy that comes out when the cars crash on the Allstate commercial.
Yes.
He goes, there's been an accident.
Dennis Haysbert. You got to start respecting black performers, man.
I do. I was sad when James Brown died.
Name an obscure
And then you
black performer.
And then you see MC Hammer showed up at the funeral, and then Michael Jackson kissing James Brown.
You know who's a good actor?
Freak.
Yaphet Kotto. There's my respect.
Yaphet, that's who the James Brown looked like in the
He looked like Yaphet
He looked
Kotto.
like, that was Yaphet Kotto. I do love Yaphet, though. I was watching Alien this morning about
Alien
that.
I was watching it, too.
I do enjoy
I couldn't
Yaphet.
sleep. That movie's fantastic.
They made James look like Yaphet Kotto.
Oh, that's terrible.
Man.
Poor James, no respect.
No respect.
Well.
And then he had to compete with Ford and Saddam.
And Saddam.
Who,
right.
by the way, we were talking about that yesterday.
He still should have closed. He still should have been headlining all those deaths.
You would headline that? I think Saddam would be the headliner.
Of those deaths?
Those deaths,
yeah.
Saddam headlines.
Gerald Ford hosts.
Gerald Ford hosts.
Saddam Middles does a tight 25 to 30.
How do you follow a hanging?
It's Saddam.
Let me tell you something.
end with the hanging.
I got a live tape.
That's like the
of
pyrotechnics.
James Brown.
Right.
Live tape of James Brown in Boston. Right.
Unless
after,
he hangs at the end of it.
after riots. It was some riots in Boston. Right after they had riots in Boston. And the people on the stage rioting. James Brown like, come on, sit down. James Brown told the police, don't worry about it. People on the stage kicking stuff, going crazy. James Brown stopped the riot and then went right into Bewildered.
He's a miracle worker.
I'm telling you, he was like...
So you think he could bring the crowd back after a hanging?
Let me tell you something.
The hanging happened.
He could close a Saddam Hussein... If Saddam Hussein gave one of his I Hate America speeches...
Yeah.
And then James Brown could close in Iraq... in front of insurgents
And they'd be cheering.
after F America speech by Saddam. Without question. Everybody calm down. America's great. Bewildered.
Wow, man.
I'm telling you.
That's some power.
Now,
To follow a hanging.
I'm going to have to disagree, though.
There's no way that
That
hanging is
Saddam
closing.
hanging was fantastic. I laughed, I cried, I felt great about myself. They bring him in, and he just looks like they probably told him they were taking him out to dinner. Because he's wearing his little coat.
Right.
He comes in to the room, looks around, and gives the Pesci, oh no. You know, like, oh boy.
It looks like
was
no
I
idea.
bamboozled.
And I think that was part of the plan.
And this guy, with the other guys, the executioners with their ski masks on, the guy's kind of telling him, all right, I'm going to put this black material around your neck, and then the noose, and then some guy starts bad-mouthing him. And they start saying names of people that Saddam had killed and leaders of people that Saddam had problems with. Mm-hmm. And Saddam just looks at the guy and goes, you call this manhood? Is this manhood? And just gives the guy crap right back. He goes, God damn you. You go to hell. Saddam was just, he had a set of balls on him right there before they hung him.
He had the crowd warmed up. He's still middling.
No
that
way.
Hanging is still middling.
Saddam's whole act was great.
Even though it was some layers. It was some layers. The layer was that he was very smooth under. It was no holding up.
Kept
there was
it
no
short.
dead man walking.
It was tight and a big ending. They didn't have to give him the red light.
He knew when to get off the stage.
Thank you. Good night.
He didn't go over.
Thank you. Good night.
And then you're going to tell me that James Brown is going to follow the hanging with this.
Everybody, Please, all the insurgents, sit down, please. Please, sit down. I understand you hate American infidel. Hey, I know infidel. Listen.
Hey, no, calm down.
Calm down, no.
Whoa, hey,
Police, no, don't hurt nobody. Listen, don't let the police come in here and spoil our good time. Listen here. Hey man. Hold on. Stop the music for a second. Stop the music. Listen. Give a big hand for Saddam Hussein. He's fantastic. Everybody does Saddam Hussein, everybody. Now listen to me. Listen. We're gonna get this going here now. Sit down. Stop shooting, man. Stop the shooting. Oh, listen, man. Listen. Everybody, hold on. No. Listen, officer, no, don't grab it, man. Listen to me. Okay, everybody calm down. We will die.
Chasing people.
You think James Brown can follow?
James Brown.
He can follow
You're
Saddam.
nuts.
It's close, but I say Saddam's got to close that show.
No way in hell does Saddam close that show.
That was Daffy Duck drinking the gasoline, kerosene, and uranium, and the match. I can only do it once. That was it.
I've seen him under all those noises do a show.
Bring the crowd back.
We're bewildered. They were shooting, they were stabbing, and he just bewildered.
All right, listen.
Damn.
We gotta step aside, man. Hey, how about their death penalty, though? We'll get into that after the break.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole
We were figuring that out in the office before the show.
Wow.
Getting some stats on that. And we gotta talk about the Harlem Hero. This guy's nuts. We got the story of the day here in New York. Well, we'll see. Maybe another city has a better story.
Know.
But I doubt you're going to beat the Harlem Hero story.
It's a biggie.
This guy is nuts. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Patrice O'Neal in studio today. You promoting anything?
Not yet. I have to get my dates.
This might be a little inside, but I gotta go with it for a second. Patrice O'Neal was the host of Web Junk 20 on VH1.
Yeah.
And he decided to move on. And our old friend Jim Brewer's doing it now. And I gotta admit, he's doing a good job. But they did a year in review over the holidays, like the best videos of the year.
Web Junk 40.
And Jim Brewer, opens up the show talking about here's the best videos of the year. And helping me today is Patrice. And he turns to his right, and there's Patrice just laughing. They just got like footage of Patrice laughing at some dopey video and threw it in the middle of this, and they're trying to make it look like Patrice was right next to the line Jim Brewer.
See, once they get you in front of that green screen and tape you, now they could put you in any VH1 show they want. They could just use you.
They found me, and they had it, because it wasn't clips from, it was old, edited out footage. They had to actually work harder to do that than to give me a couple
just call you up and go, hey, Patrice, come on in. We're doing a wrap up here for the year.
Here's a few bucks. Come on in for a couple hours.
They had to dig up footage of me looking like I was standing there with Brewer.
Yeah.
It looks so stupid. I gotta say,
I gotta see this.
It's hilarious.
I think they put me in there they put a B, I said a B word, an R word, a U word, an E word, and then it spelled out Brewer, and I was like, hey, boo.
You should have hired Steven Spielberg or somebody to match it up. Because it didn't even match up right. Your whole being is a lot lighter than Jim Brewer. They didn't match the
lighting's different.
And you're just next to him smiling like an idiot.
Oh, that's great.
Like it's some dumb attraction in Disney.
That is great.
Wouldn't give me a dime.
So they superimposed you.
Mm-hmm. Superimposed me.
Anyway.
Into the scene.
Into the best of show, the year-end show.
Yeah. That's got to be hysterical. You're flipping around the channels going, wait, I didn't do this.
Welcome.
It's me. I'm watching myself, but I never did that with that guy.
Yeah, you got to check it out. The beginning, it's hilarious.
Oh, that's good.
Brewer makes it look like it's Brewer and Patrice giving you the best videos of the year. Before we move on from the Saddam Hussein thing, we were commenting about the death penalty and how it's different in Iraq than America, of course.
Me and Patrice are having a great little conversation in the office about this foreign people's perception of America based on TV and films and things. And we always bring up the scenario in the movies when there's the bad guy and the cop. And there's the standoff.
The foreign
bad guy and the cop, and there's the standoff. And now, of course, the bad guy's been disarmed. He's laying there at the cop's mercy. The cop's got the gun at his head, and the bad guy starts his speech. This country is weak, America. You will not shoot me. I will go through your justice system and be out. As a matter of fact, my people are already wiring funds to have me back out on street by 3 o'clock this afternoon, and there is nothing you can do about it. And the cop sits there shaking with the gun, and his partner's going, don't do it! Don't do it! Don't throw away your life!
Think about your family!
Yeah. And that's now the perception.
That's the perception
that they have.
I was at the Comic Strip. It was and you know, I'm just having one of these sets where I'm just like, I'm throwing hand grenades. You know, it's death and destruction. I want them all to leave one by one, and it was just misery. And I'm being heckled by people from all over the world. This lady's like, I like, you know, it's just too crowded in this funky country. It's just too many idiots like you here to watch an apple drop. And she's like, you are in the wrong country, which I will say, if we vote, I would say that any Eastern Bloc accent from former Soviet Union, number 2 worst accent in the country. Number 1, without question, is Hindu Indians. Just an accent that makes your skin crawl. And second is that you're in the wrong country.
Don't shoot. I diplomatic immunity. Don't you shoot.
Remember Lethal Weapon 2 when the South African guy, and he's just like diplomatic immunity. And that's what this country, there's a bunch of foreigners running around going diplomatic immunity. And it's like, maybe we should just string up one of our ex-presidents and tape it on a cell phone to make the rest of the world think that we're not this lame.
Well, and part of this perception they get is because of things like the death penalty, where now we got guys, they absolutely are guilty of murder. They've killed a family, whatever, the most heinous, horrendous crimes. They go through the trial process. They're found guilty. Then they have the right to appeal, just like a wonderful diplomatic government over in Iraq. Right. They have the appeal process. We have it here. That lasts at least a minimum of 12 years or so.
We figured out about 12 years.
About 12 years.
Minimum.
You'll be sitting there going to court with the lawyers appealing.
I believe in that.
The judge says they're going to kill you. You got the death penalty. And at that moment in your mind, you're like, well, I got at least 12 years from this moment. At least.
I believe in that because there's so many guys who didn't do it. But this is why what makes me mad is in terms of relative to Iraq, right?
It's the mindset,
They don't care about the justice. It's like you're going to die tonight.
They found him guilty. First trial, not an appeal or anything. They found him guilty, what? November, the beginning of December? It was like
Christmas Eve.
It was like, it was about a month before they killed him. Then when they found him guilty, and it was, you see it on the website. I remember I had CNN on. And it's like Saddam Hussein was found guilty. He could face the death penalty. And you're so used to it here that I'm like, we'll be seeing this guy's face until he's 90. It doesn't matter. And then it's like, he has an appeal process, and I'm like, an appeal.
Oh, boy.
And after the appeal, If he loses the appeal, he must be put to death within 30 days. Like, oh, wait a minute. What? And then I'm thinking, the appeal's got to take 12 years.
No, that's not see, in Iraq, appeal means that's his choice of death. Either hang or appeal.
He wanted to be shot.
Either he has to be hung, shot, or have all his skin peeled off.
Appeal means they will actually peel you. You want to peel?
You want to peel? Or you want to hang? Give me a...
So they have the appeal process, which took, a couple of days? It was nothing. And then they didn't even wait the 30 days.
No.
They waited like maybe a couple of days after his appeal, and there he was on the internet, hours after he's hung. You're watching it on the internet. You're watching him, his neck breaking.
On Sprint.
On
cell phone.
Somebody. Verizon.
That's some well-used minutes right there.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what these far, like, I'm just saying, it's just like, the attitude, and it's just like I'm sitting there in the audience is just, I'm getting heckled by, some weird Benetton ad, it's like, hey, mate, you know, you're not funny, mate, using their words from their country.
Australian guys heckling you?
Jesus, you wanker, you're not, I'm trying to get a chit-chat here, buddy, and I'm like, you mother, and I'm looking at pathetic Americans just allowing this to happen because Kramer done made everybody so shell-shocked about
watch
everything.
What you say.
Yeah, I better not tell this, can't say Rusky, can't say dirty English criminal, can't say anything. So I'm sitting there just completely alone because this country is just allowing kidnapped Russian strippers to come over here and heckle me. You are in the wrong country.
Really? I am?
Really, Kilpasa girl?
Oh.
I'm in the wrong country? I hope that Apple is filled with thallium.
And just wipes everyone out.
And you bunch of foreigners.
Have some nuclear sushi.
Oh, my.
And have all your hair fall out.
It's just, and in Iraq, it's like, there's no comfort zone over there.
No.
If you get found guilty, you're gonna swing. And I'm not saying we should do that here, but it's just to let the rest of the world know, you don't come around playing around here with, like we're soft.
Have some kind of repercussions. Let's have some repercussions. When people do stuff over here, let's have some justice and make it a little quicker than 12 years, I say.
Hey, there it is. There's Saddam hanging. Boom.
There he is. What a gentleman he looked like being hung. He walked in there like it was reservations at a restaurant. They're just a gentleman.
He was looking for the coat check.
Can I check my coat? Check my coat.
It's the same thing we were talking about with the King Kong thing. Can you just do me a favor and not have my evil dictators look like little old men? Remember they first found him in the hole?
Oh, he was a mess.
Was checking his teeth, and he's just like, bad tooth.
And his hair was all, I'd been in a rat hole head. His hair's all that. His beard was all grown out. And you remember him in that uniform shooting the gun in the air from that balcony with his followers.
With the tight mustache.
And he just had the tight mustache, yeah.
I want to see my dictators with one of those collars that you put on dogs after they get, so they don't lick themselves. And it's just and somebody poking him with a stick, and he's like, row, row, and just now that's a dictator.
Yeah.
I don't want to see Kim Jong-il walking around like a little old Chinese man, with slippers and a kimono. We're gonna hang you. Please don't kill me.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right.
Yes, Saddam.
We're all humans deep down, oh, man. He's
Saddam grew out his beard.
Somebody go over there and make him break 7 boards with his head. Just so I know he knows some evil karate or something.
Yeah, look at that picture. Yeah. There he is. They're dragging him out of the hole. He's got that big beard.
Oh,
he was just a wreck.
And he has this, and it's like, look, I know what he did. He didn't really do anything to us that much. He did it to a lot of people.
That's what I said. There was a whole string on a whackbag message board about it, and people discussing it. And I said, you know something? I could give a crap. I'll be honest with you. This is just a plain honesty. I could give a crap who he killed in his own country. I have no feelings toward the people he killed. It was horrible from what I hear. And I'm sure the families of those people were the ones rejoicing when Saddam was killed. But I could care less how many of his countrymen he killed.
And I'm sure somebody's discussing it somewhere. There were no insurgents when he was running.
Oh, everyone's been saying that. He knew how to run that crap hole.
He was scarier than blowing yourself up.
Right.
Yeah.
Scarier.
There was no blowing yourself up over there.
Did you hear some of the stuff he did?
Well, we were talking
him
about
and
the
his
chest
family.
bombs.
And yeah, he was in a town. He was in a town. This is what he was tried and killed for. He went to a town, and there was an assassination attempt against him. So he sent his people over there and just started killing young men that he thought might have been responsible. Killed a bunch of them. Not a firing squad, not a quick hanging. He strapped explosives to these chests. There are films of that. I saw this on YouTube. They strapped explosives to these young men's chests, put them on the side of a dirt hill, and then whenever they felt like it, they pushed the button and blew it up. And then there's this blown up dead guy, and they bring the next guy over and lay him next to the dead guy with the explosive. And he's looking around like, all right, boy, if that ain't anticipation, waiting for that thing to blow up. And boom, there goes another one. And then they bring another guy.
And these people are so cooperative with their own death. I've seen beheadings where no one was tied up, no one was screaming, Lord, they don't cut my head off.
No, they just,
it was
all
just
right,
very comfortable getting into head-cutting position.
Yeah, they get into head-cutting position.
Hey, listen,
my fate.
Hey, listen, try this. This is a double X bomb. See if you fit this one. Yeah, this one's a good fit. All right, go stand over there.
Go to the rack and pick out the size that fits you.
I also believe Saddam had his son-in-law killed. He had done something or said something and then fled the country. And Saddam and the sons, his sons, had assured this guy, please come back. Everything's fine. You will not be hurt. All is forgiven. Just please come back. The guy came back into the country.
Oh, he's the dummy.
They killed him so fast and so horrifically.
In the end, that guy's the dummy.
Oh, what a dolt. Of course. But this guy Saddam was ruthless.
We might have something good here. We're being heard all over the world at this point because of the internet and satellite radio and all that. We got Paul in Ireland listening online. Paul.
Yes.
We want to hear from people, outside America.
Love your Guinness, my friend.
At this point. So far, we got Paul from Ireland. What's up, Paul?
What other people think of America
He doesn't sound Irish.
No, I'm originally from New Jersey.
Jesus. We thought we were onto something here.
He's a plastic patty.
No.
He's from Newark. Great. His job brought him to Ireland.
First of all, let me explain something to you about Ireland right now.
Yeah.
Used to be one of those places. I did a little bit of traveling in the last 10 years or whatever. Ireland used to be one of those places like, oh, this is fantastic. Because the people over there were like, we're the blacks of Europe. They identify with black people. They had this wonderful, it was beautiful over there. And something happened. Nigerian immigrants came over because the country's so rich right now that now they wasn't racist because there wasn't anybody over there living of a different ethnic group.
It was all just Irish.
When I went over there first, I was like, hey, this is beautiful. I got over there the second time, they're looking at me like, you fat. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh, no. Hey, what happened here?
Now Idi Amin over there. Now all the real racism's coming out in Ireland.
Really?
Absolutely. They're brand new races over there.
That's cute.
That's cute.
Brand new racism.
I hope they can cultivate it.
Thank God it's still happening.
Got the silicone back in their racism.
Keeps the moisture out.
Keeps the moisture off the race.
Well,
Speaking of
the Catholics need somebody new to hate.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Speaking of Idi Amin, have you watched King of Scotland yet?
I want to see that.
Oh,
I haven't seen it yet.
God, is that a great movie?
Is it a good movie?
Great movie.
I want to see that.
What's his name? Might just win the Oscar for that.
Jefferson from... Fast Times, not Jefferson.
Forrest Whitaker!
No, we know him as the football player from Ridgemont
What was his name?
What was his name in the...
Y'all are foul.
What?
Just give some respect and know his name,
Was
please.
it Jefferson?
Now he's Idi Amin.
It's unbelievable. He is great in this flick. Last King of Scotland. Anyway, Paul, what do you got for the show?
Idi Amin for Earth, Wind, and Fire and Little Brother.
What people outside of America think is fat people, Jesus freaks, and gun nuts. That's what they think about when they think about America. They don't understand the difference between the red states and the blue states.
Fat people,
all
Jesus
one
freaks,
thing.
and gun nuts.
Yeah.
Charles Jefferson.
Yeah, it was Jefferson. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Charles
Paul.
Jefferson and
Thank you.
little brother.
If you're listening somewhere in the world right now, give us a call, will you? 1-866-313-FREE.
Yeah, we have a...
Paul's from Jersey.
There's a perception. You know what happened? This is all came about because of the fall of the Soviet Union. There were two big boys on the block. Now there's only one, and we're the a-holes now. We're the world's, cat box.
Can we lose? Can we end up being like Russia? I don't know enough about politics to be comfortable enough to say that we're not going to be walking around without toilet paper.
Give China some time. They're building. They could become that next superpower that really becomes the threat to us. We're at the poker table right now with all the chips. We got all the chips. People like the insurgencies and the terrorists, they're winning some hands and taking some chips from us. But we got a huge stack. China's building. They're building.
I've been saying it for a while. The Chinese are coming.
Let me tell you something.
They're coming, man.
White
Slowly but
world
surely.
is not going to let China run it.
It might not have any choice. The only good part about it is China is embracing capitalism. China is embracing the money.
Yeah,
money.
Of communism, though. Still under that.
Yeah, but it's no Russian communism. They are selling like crazy over there. What did we ever buy that was Russian over here? How many things we buy that are Chinese? We buy a lot of stuff from China in this country. We bought nothing from Russia. They produced crap. Russia produced fear and bombs.
Here's another thing we don't produce in this country. We produce people who will kill for this country. But we don't produce people who... Now, you got to get this right, because I don't want nobody saying I'm a jackass.
Good luck.
Die in the midst of protecting this country. The soldiers die.
Yeah.
But we don't go in with the express idea of death. We don't have suicide missions and suicide squads where we go, you know what? Hey, Jimmy, run up in that building and blow yourself up. These people have that kind of loyalty. The Chinese, the Japanese, the terrorists. And Russians to this extent, man, they'll just go in there and they'll just go, look, I'm gonna die. Now we going ready to die, but I'm trying to live. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they have to do that because they don't have the weapons.
They don't have the great weapons we have.
China has the weapons we have.
Yeah,
the Japanese had the weapons we had in World War II.
They weren't doing kamikaze runs until they knew they were done.
When they finally have
kamikaze runs,
when they finally have those little,
when their planes were shot up and they were done for.
They were.
What do you think? No Jap planes ever landed back at the carrier?
I just want to make sure people understand what I'm saying.
They don't have a choice. Yeah. That's the only reason. If they have the technology, they're going to take that out of their game. Trust me.
I know what you're saying.
They're going to stop blowing themselves up.
There's a passion for fighting and winning that goes with blowing yourself up. You're saying that we don't have that.
No.
I'm with Ope on this one. I think we have better weapons.
We are willing to die for this country. Soldiers are over there dying, so they're willing to die. But if
over 3,000 now, by the way.
Exactly. So, but we're not. We don't go over there with express. We go over there with the idea of living,
right?
And killing and living, not killing and go. Death is a part of the job. But there's nobody, we don't raise people who go, I'm gonna kill, we try to kill as many people as we can and still live.
We were like that in World War II, though, too, you know, as a country, no one wanted to go over there and we kicked some ass over there.
Revolutionary War, the guy with the drums. He didn't have a weapon, he was just drumming.
His idea was like,
drum guy.
Yeah, but he was the stupid drum guy. It wasn't like, all right,
stupid guy with the fife. You would think they would give him something on the muskets.
Hey, Tony the drummer. Go out there and be ready to die. It wasn't like the crazy dude. He was patriotic.
We had it
ready to die.
Look, we had it just like they have it now, but then we figured out the weaponry. We had
Civil War.
Stupid fife guy. We talked him into playing a little tune while freaking bullets are flying over his head.
Do you think we can have suicide?
Civil War.
We can have suicide bombers?
Under the right circumstances.
No, I'm just saying that the logistics of
not right now.
Do you think we could ever have suicide bombers represent this country? Meaning, all right, you're going to go in and you're just going to kill yourself for the sake of what we're doing now.
Honestly, yeah. I think there's guys out there that are more than willing to do that. Absolutely.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I think because of the weaponry and stuff, we don't have to go down that road. That's all.
Yeah.
Stupid fight guy. Don't forget. We did talk guys into doing some crazy things for the Revolutionary War.
AK-47s that's technological enough, and them dudes were still killing themselves during the Afghanistan thing against Russia. They were still running around blowing themselves up.
I know, yeah.
Patrice, you got
AK-47s.
You got anybody over in Iraq that you know?
No.
So you're not getting some of the stories coming back? These guys are taking some sick effing chances.
Listen to me.
They're not hiding behind trees and taking a shot.
No, this is not the argument.
They're running into villages and houses not knowing what the F they're going to find.
I want you to be clear about what I'm saying, just to make sure. I'm not saying that there's not guys willing to die. You understand? Because that's a part of being a soldier. I'm saying that if you had to talk to everybody, if you talk to one of the insurgents, they go, I'm going to die.
Right.
Allah, they do a farewell video to the family. Everybody, they already ready to die. Americans, we are ready to kill and maybe die, but hopefully we live.
But it's because of the
Dudes
situation.
want to live.
The situation we're in. During the Revolution, when the English were over here, and we were fighting for our freedom from them, I think a lot of people were going into battle saying, I'm dying for this cause. I'm not killing and living to get freedom. I know I'm running into these red coats and I'm getting killed. I think that changes when you got all the chips and you're the big guy. You know, we got guys. I read a great article in Popular Mechanics, I think it was. There are guys in California that are in these big containers. You know, this ship containers that are decked out with all kinds of electronics. They're flying Predators, those unmanned aerial devices over Iraq from a container in California, bombing stuff.
Right.
Why would you worry? You're sitting there, you're smoking a cigarette, you're eating, you're sending someone out for KFC, you're in California, and you're blowing people up in another country.
Watching ESPN on another screen.
Right. Why would you then even think about strapping a bomb to yourself?
But I think that as a country, we're as passionate about how we live as they are about how they live.
Yeah, but we like building stuff that can kill them easier and keep
we
us
like
safe.
to live.
But
that's what I'm saying. We like to live.
You're missing a big point here too. They're doing it for their religion.
We're doing it for our religion too.
Not
now
really.
with Bush, we're fighting for his religion.
Not like they are, man. It's a big difference there.
Really, is our way of life under duress if we don't go over there and do it and fight in Iraq? Our way of life is not under duress.
That's been the big argument. It's
you know what I'm saying? But my point is not that I'm not willing. They're not willing to die, but we're not out trying to die. We're trying to.
No, they want to get home.
Live.
Yeah.
Yes.
Listen, we got to take a break, but we got a soldier on the line, Mike from Long Island. Mike,
I hope Mike understands what I meant.
Mike's opinion of dying for this country. Mike?
Listen, that's what makes us better and gives us all the chips. Anthony's right. You got to be a complete retard to want to just go into a building and want to blow yourself up just because you think you're doing something better for your country. What makes us better is that we will go and we will blow you up, come back, drink a beer, and tell everybody how badass we are.
Which is just the point I was making. Could we actually make suicide bombers, dude, you think?
No.
Could we create suicide bombers in this country?
Not in this situation we're in.
So jealous of us that they will blow themselves up thinking that that's a better thing. They're brainwashed retards.
Yeah, we're the nasty, arrogant country of the world right now.
You think if this country got a bit more desperate, we could get suicide bombers going?
Yeah, if we were invaded...
If we felt like our backs were against the wall...
If we were invaded and we started losing the war...
Big time.
The whole mindset of every American would change. We wouldn't be the same nation. We wouldn't be the same people. Right. And then perhaps we'd be capable of that. But under these circumstances, it ain't happening.
I'd
rather have a Starbucks.
By the way, I did get...
than blow myself up.
I did get a little overly excited there, and I was saying weaponry, and no one called me out on it. Whatever. It's weaponry.
That's how Bugs Bunny says it.
Weaponry.
Weaponry.
I get all my
weaponry, Doc.
my grammar from Bugs Bunny cartoons. All right, we got to take a break.
I'll idolize you.
We got to get into the subway hero and some other things. We got someone. Oh, they hung up. If you're listening to us from somewhere in the world, give us a call today. That's one of the things we're doing, right?
Yeah, we love the globe.
Sure. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. And he went 4 for 5, 4 for 5, 4 for 5. And I tied Travis at the end of the season.
So they split it.
So we split the money. Travis gets $5,000 that he threw right in his back pocket. And I got $5,000, and I'm going to throw it out of a helicopter.
But we're, having to go through certain channels because it's kind of difficult to have a helicopter and money and people and rioting.
Stand on a roof and do it, because it'll come. A helicopter, first of all, it'll blow all the money everywhere.
That's what we want.
It'll land on roofs.
Yeah.
How about a helicopter over a field there? Why are you getting mad? I'm trying to do something good here.
Who are you, the Beatles?
Yeah.
Sergeant Pepper? And then over a field. Just block off and stand on top of this building and throw the money off, man.
How about hot air balloon?
Yeah, someone suggested
There's
that.
no rotor wash, so you're not going to spread the money around.
Someone suggested a hot air balloon.
Lightly tumble down.
That's
how about
boring, man.
How about a dirigible?
I want to fly in on an angle.
Is that what you want to do?
I want to be holding to the door that's open.
Is it 1s or 20s? And I hope as you hold it
It's
and all the goofy, I hope it blows right up into the blades like it cuts it all up.
That's why I'm going to have a
shredded confetti.
Confetti. It flies out and goes right back into that back blade
tail rotor
that gets shot off in every movie and it spins around.
The miniature one hits the cliff and explodes. Yeah.
Stupid special effects from the 80s.
We still got to work on it because I don't know. There's got to be laws and things that.
Well, Chicago has contacted me and they said they could get this done for me. No problem.
Everyone in Chicago? The entire city of Chicago?
Drew called from Chicago, from WCKG. He goes, dude, we can make this happen in Chicago. No problem. I know I could get you in a helicopter to drop $5,000. And I guess we're asking the listeners to send in their postcards.
Yeah.
Do we have that address and all that info up on the website there, Steve?
It's all online. It's all online right
I'd
now.
hate to have to, because I would love to do it in Chicago.
In January.
Why don't you do it over Newark?
I'd like to see it.
Don't do it in Manhattan. Fly over the Bronx or fly over like 160-something Street. Don't fly. Don't do nothing about Manhattan. Give it to some people who need it.
Norton does a great bit on the GPS and the cars and stuff, and it actually happened to me. Club Soda Kenny is falling asleep on the couch. By the way, OpieandAnthony.com has all the info, but basically you send in a postcard to us here in New York City, 40 West 57th Street, 14th floor, New York, 10019. Attention, Opie and Anthony Show. Basically, we're going to get a pile of postcards. I'm going to pick a postcard, whatever city that is. I'm going there, and I'm throwing the $5,000 around for the listeners. But anyway, Kenny, come here real fast. We come back from L.A. after the Leno thing.
Yeah.
We fly into Newark. It's late at night. It's what, like midnight there, Kenny?
Yeah. Yeah, the plane lands at midnight.
And we get a nice car, which was very, very nice, to come back to Manhattan. And the guy, I guess, throws in his GPS, Manhattan from Newark.
Yep.
Takes us through the ghetto of Newark. Kenny is losing his mind.
Why?
Well, first I said to the guy, we're going to take the turnpike to the Lincoln Tunnel.
Of course. Any goddamn person that doesn't take that.
We got to bring everyone into the discussion.
Yeah.
We're being heard all over the country, okay? You fly into Newark. It's a short ride to Manhattan, and like you said, you go right onto the turnpike.
Lincoln Tunnel.
Lincoln Tunnel, no problem. No riffraff, no ghettos, no drug dealing.
19 to the Holland.
Well, you could do that if you need to be downtown.
All right, yeah.
But let's just put it. I'll put it in perspective for people.
Safe route.
Yeah, for people around the country. Picture your airport, your international airport, and the city that is nearest to it that you have to get to, and the most direct route to that. That's what we're talking about. It's all highway. It's major thoroughfares. That's where where do these savages driving around, and I look out the window and go, why are we here?
These savages
it's out of the way.
GPSs.
GPS.
Yeah.
Hunga bunga.
That's why when we have to do stuff, I either get Kenny to drive me, or I drive my own car, or I jump in a cab. I hate these car services. Hate them.
Why didn't you just scream at him as soon as he took the wrong turn?
Oh, believe me, I was yelling at him the whole way.
But the guy, I don't even know if he spoke English. He was just like not acknowledging that Kenny was even speaking to him.
Yeah. Because I'm going, look, pal, like, you know, if you want to get a tip from your customers, don't drive them this way.
Yeah.
You know, you go to Turnpike to the tunnel.
Highways.
It's almost
And look, Newark, for the rest of
impossible to get lost from.
Oh, my God, you could see it.
He went backwards to get where he had to get.
Yeah, to save a couple tolls.
He was trying to save toll money, and we think it might have been on the GPS. We went right through the ghetto of Newark around 1 in the morning. Dude, I was...
In the rain.
In the rain.
Oh, when they are found slumped over that wheel with the one shot to the back of their head. Oh, it doesn't bother me in the least.
I ain't gonna lie, I might have laughed.
Another robbed one because he came and he's sending money back to his family and bullyville. I don't know where.
Patrice does the voice.
I'm GPS galmin. Look at you, idiot. Don't just go straight at Benny.
And he was so pissed. Because, I mean, for the rest of America, Newark is a asshole still.
Oh, you don't want to be there.
They're really trying to make it better, but that place is downright scary. And the parts we went through, I mean, burnt out buildings.
Why would you know how lost you guys had to be?
No reason
to see
and
a hard area in Newark.
I knew my way around because I used to work there. So I knew where we were going.
Kenny, you should have choked the guy. That means he completely disregarded
choked him out.
And it didn't help that we were in a brand new, shiny, stretched limo. I'm like, why do we need a brand new, stretched limo to get back to Manhattan? Give me a stupid car.
You're lucky somebody just didn't shoot at it because it was a limo.
No kidding. That's what I was saying.
Just pop a few right into the windows.
Don't worry. A lot of gibblers, and then don't worry. That's the only thing you understand.
The entry system on his GPS are little bongo drums.
and even if you tried to program it yourself, it's all in those squiggly letters with dots over them.
You don't know what it means.
X's and some zeros. Kenny, how could you let it couldn't have disintegrated to that level? You can't get lost just 2 turns or 1 turn.
He was beyond pissed.
It was 50 turns you had to take to get lost.
I cannot stand when they don't take the way that you know everybody takes. They take it 1,000 times, and they try to save money on tolls.
Yeah, because the first words out of my mouth were taken to the Turnpike to the Lincoln Tunnel. He's like, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, we're going through downtown Newark, and I'm going like...
And another thing, Newark Airport, it's logistics that it says is in Newark.
Yeah.
It's not in Newark. It's like in Jersey City.
It's on the border of Elizabeth and Newark.
It's not even in the town. It's only in the town because it says it has to be in the town.
Yeah.
But it's in New York.
You don't have to go into Newark.
It's harder to get to New York from LaGuardia than it is Newark.
Yeah, it's amazing. Let's go to Doug in South River. Doug, what's up?
Yeah, that GPS, and the same thing happened to me the first time I got it. What happened is they put it on shortest distance, and it takes you the shortest route, and you cut through all these little towns and all these little ghettos, and you have no idea where
you just want highway. You don't want shortest distance because it'll take you
What's the difference between shortest and fastest?
Fastest is, it could be longer mile-wise, but it's highway.
But they know it's
shortest
highway
distance is side streets and, one-way streets and neighborhoods. And stop signs and lights and everything, so.
Norton does a great bit on the GPS and how you should have to put your race in the GPS system.
So it takes you
the great bit.
Proper way.
Oh, he did it on Letterman, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was funny, too.
They didn't really want to blow up his spot, but it's hilarious. Maybe we can find that clip really fast and play it going in a break. I don't know. That would be kind of cool. Let's say hi to Matt. Matt, what's up?
How you doing, Opie? What's up, man?
What's up, Matt?
Hey.
Not much. Yeah, I just came to that the $5,000.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you guys give that to the Harlem guy, the Harlem Hero?
The Harlem Hero?
Why would we give it to a lunatic? Nut job.
He risked his life. It was a great thing, man.
He's a lunatic sacrificing his life for a stranger like that when he has two, daughters at home.
Watching.
You know what?
Watching father jump onto the tracks.
Throw the money on the third rail.
Guy watched too many movies.
Hey, you made that lucky you weren't having a seizure, right?
Hey, you know what? Let me tell you something, Matt. If I was having a seizure and I was on a subway and I fell between the tracks like that, I don't expect anyone to save me.
No,
I'm not
done,
stupid.
You're done for.
That guy is really lucky. He has the
You think
seizure.
that's going to work with the 5,000?
Let me tell you something else. Why the hell is a guy standing so close to the edge that when he has a seizure, he flies off onto the goddamn tracks? You don't stand by the edge. I love these people. Anytime that somebody gets pushed onto the tracks by some lunatic homeless guy, they're the ones standing on the edge, peering out over the track.
Should have had a rope around his neck.
All right, Matt, thanks. Oh, wait, hold on.
What's that?
What, Kenny?
The nerve of that guy having a seizure and inconveniencing other commuters.
Right, trying to get to work.
Hey, we got the story. It is pretty amazing, but this guy's just plain stupid.
He's a hero construction worker.
Yeah, well, the news, he's the Harlem hero. No, he's a lunatic. That's what he is.
Hero construction worker.
The only son, Wesley Autry, risked his life to save a stranger.
I'm Wesley Autry. I saved a man. I'm Wesley Autry. That's my wife, Christina Autry. I'm just an American man. My daughter, Dana. Wesley Autry.
The guy thinks he's a superhero.
I'll save you.
And after the story, we got to get into the fact that maybe the guy is watching too many action movies because this is not right.
Stranger today, hours later, with a fresh set of clothes and a mission to make sure that stranger was okay, he spoke to the CW11.
I see someone in need of help, I'm going to go to that person rescue.
Just before 1 p.m., that stranger, 18-year-old film student Cameron Hollowpeter, was waiting for the #1 train at the 137th Street and Broadway station. Autry says as he went through the turnstile with his 2 young daughters, he noticed the first sign of trouble.
We saw a guy drop. He went into a seizure, started kicking his hands, and his feet was kicking.
Autry says the stranger then got up, but stumbled and landed on the tracks. So Autry jumped down after him.
Are you nuts? We all like to think that we would help someone out in a situation like that.
Nah.
We're watching the guy.
And what time of day was it? Because I tell you what, if I saw him fall, I'd have did that look to the left and look to the right for the other hero.
I know there's a hero around here somewhere.
Gotta be.
All right, everybody, we can do this. And then just back up. Watch this flailing idiot get hit by a truck.
You're standing there like, oh, great, I'm the only one on the freaking platform here.
And as the train's going, I'm looking at him like when Alan Rickman fell out of the building in Die Hard and just follow him all the way down.
Gotta be a hero around here somewhere. No one to my left. No one to my right.
I think the train's coming.
I think I can live with myself.
I'd have tossed him a spoon.
Yeah.
Told him to put it in his mouth and good
Don't
luck
swallow your tongue while you're down there.
I would have tossed him my cell phone to maybe, call his loved one real fast.
Yeah. I got too much selfishness. I would have been thinking of too many things about me, like, wait a minute, rats, third rail,
You ever look how far down that is, too? You gotta think, am I gonna be able to lift myself back up?
Not me.
If I go down there?
I know my upper body strength ain't happening. It ain't.
Well, no, you gotta make that assessment before you do it.
Well, here's how it went down. Autry explains how he jumped onto the subway.
I jumped.
This is nuts.
The guy was back down in the gutter. I grabbed both his hands. As I grabbed both his hands, I looked up. I see 2 lights. A train is approaching us.
In moments, Autry knew both of them could die.
My next decision, do I struggle there with him and possibly we both end up getting hit, or do I dive on top of him? So I went for the dive.
Autry shielded the young stranger with his own body in between the tracks. The train rolled over them. Autry walked away without a scratch, and Cameron Hollowpeter was taken to St. Luke's Hospital in stable condition.
I guarantee he has a surfboard that he painted silver, that he pretends that he's the Silver Surfer. He has green paint and pretends he's the Hulk. That day, he had his Superman delusion going.
He was a hero.
That guy he has delusions about this is why he acted so fast. And he in his description of
finally happened
the two lights, he imagined it. Let me tell you, in my delusion of imagining things like that, here's what I imagine. Again, selfishness. I imagine I saved a guy and he doesn't give me the proper thank you. Like that, like I save him and he just wipes himself off and taps me on the shoulder and goes, good looking out.
Thanks, I'm
and
off
walks
to work.
away. And I go,
I'm off to work.
I saved your life. And this dude has delusions of catching somebody. I bet you he thinks if a plane crashes, he could just walk right out of it right before it hits the ground. Like
step out the door, crash around him, and then he'll start helping people. He probably has a scenario for everything. Yeah. Like, let's say you take the subway every day. This guy, does he? Probably does, right? He's a working Joe. So he probably has thought, what would happen? What would I do? You know? And then he sees that and goes, all right, I'll let me act.
He stabs people so he can stitch them up.
He's one of those guys, yeah.
I don't understand how you obviously, I guess he had no other choice, but to lay on the tracks of a subway, you don't know how low any of that gadgetry under there is.
Look, and all right, if you're going to jump and try to save the guy, wouldn't you put the guy on top of you?
Right.
Wouldn't you think in your mind, well, I've done enough. If one of us is going to die, at least, I don't know if
there's two people's clearance under there. So I know there's probably one person clearance.
There may be two, but I'm not taking the chance, so.
So the train went over them.
Over both of them.
Yeah.
No, like, hooks down there.
And Hero Guy was on top.
So under that theory, why not just let him lay there? That would have just been the same rescue.
I think he was trying to get up again or something, so he jumped down. This is what he said. He jumped down and he said the guy's arms were moving, so instead of struggling with him, he just laid on top of him.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to pull him off the track.
Yeah.
He laid on.
Exactly.
I laid on top of him and let the train go over. But how do you know there's two people clearance?
Cuckoo.
That dude's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But the news are saying he's a hero.
He's a hero.
Well, here's more audio.
That wasn't heroic.
It was silly.
Silly?
Heroic is lift him up, toss him up, and then
jump out of the way last minute.
Right.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Shoot a web or something.
That's like if somebody
with
fell
a web
out of
net and it stops the subway.
Yeah. If somebody fell out of a plane with no parachute and you jumped and you didn't have a parachute either, and you went to hold them, and both of y'all just flew down with
while
you didn't have a way of saving him.
While you're hoping to find a parachute on the way down.
I think there was a story like that. Guy jumped out of a freaking plane without a parachute to save somebody else that was knocked unconscious. Someone look it up on the internet. I'm telling you right now. I remember something about that.
I remember
somehow.
Something like that too.
I think someone jumped out of a plane and
here's what happened.
And hit the wing or something. Was knocked out cold. And one of the instructors said, "I could do this." Jumped out.
Guy got knocked out.
Was able to get to him using all those fancy "I'm falling in the air" moves.
What?
Guy got screwed up
and held on to the guy and pulled his chute.
I know the goddamn story.
The guy knocked out guy. The knocked out guy had a parachute on.
Here's what happened.
Is it right?
The guy jumps out of the plane. He pulls his parachute. He starts going into one of these spins because the chute didn't deploy the right way.
And that knocked him out because of the G-force.
The G-force has made him go unconscious. So he's spinning. The other guy had already pulled his chute. So he pulled his chute. He's up there now. And then he releases his main chute.
Oh, my God.
And goes down,
so he
grabs the guy to straight. He had his reserve chute.
I know another story then, man.
That's crazy story from James Bond movie. I think you know.
No chute.
Because James Bond, I know, did that.
Someone go do some research. Chute.
That was Pierce Brosnan.
Right.
with his little boy shorts on. Jesus. That's a new James Bond with his boy shorts.
Oh, the new one?
Oh, give us a break, will you?
That new James Bond movie kicked ass, though.
You like the boy shorts?
I didn't like the boy shorts. I didn't notice the boy shorts, to tell you the truth. I noticed the action-packedness.
All right. Oh, you noticed
action-packed. Good.
That's good.
Well, no.
Guy's gone wild.
Oh.
Hollow Peter's grandfather tells us tonight he's doing okay.
He's miraculously just fine. I mean, we chatted, and waiting for his dad to come down.
The family is grateful. A good Samaritan was in the right place at the right time.
I would love to meet him. I would love to shake his hand on behalf of the whole family and say, thanks so much. And what can you say? What a guy, right?
Who's that, James Mason?
Peter's grandfather says he's not sure how much his grandson remembers of the whole incident. He's been in and out of consciousness since it happened.
That's Jackie Mason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, save my grandson.
Save my grandson. We're all Hollow Peters. Hollow Peter. Oof.
Hey, everyone.
I'd like to thank that Super Negro for jumped on my son. I don't know.
Everyone is
Super Negro.
Everyone is saying I'm thinking of Point Break. No, I know it happened in Point Break.
It's a movie.
Everyone's saying it's a movie. I'm telling you,
movie. I'm being called out.
No, there's something going on here. We need to do some research. Dean in Philly, what's up?
What's up, Owen?
Hey, man.
Hey, you sure it wasn't Keanu Reeves jumping out of the plane after Patrick Swayze?
All right. I'm telling you, it was a real story. I've heard Anthony's story, but I'm telling you, there was another one where the guy jumped out without a parachute and saved somebody. Somebody help me here.
That's crazy. No one's helping you.
So he saw the guy.
I don't care if it takes me until tomorrow. I'll come in with the freaking story.
He saw the guy during a G-force spin.
Well, no, I remember that one too, but I think there were two.
You think some guy got knocked out, right? So he's falling, and then another guy comes out and catches up to him.
But Howard, let's just investigate why this story's not. Yours makes sense. This one doesn't.
All right.
How do you? If I'm in a plane and I go and you jump, how the hell do I know when you bumped your head and you're falling at 7,000 miles an hour that you are knocked out? That I know that you're in distress right away.
True.
Anthony's story definitely happened. But I remember something about.
And why would the guy be in there without a parachute? He's either the pilot
or the instructor,
or he's either the pilot or the guy that's going to be jumping.
It was on that dumb show Max Videos or whatever it's called. With
Max X.
The Max X.
The guy that talks like this no matter what happens.
You know what it was? It was a guy. Matter of fact, he saved himself. I saw that video.
There's been
he got
a few
knocked
parachute
out.
ones.
He got knocked out, and he's doing a spin, and he saved himself. He undid himself.
All right, we're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm telling you.
Of course we are.
We're going to send this into the Institute, and they're going to do some research. Some research at the Opie and Anthony Institute. All right. No Filter Paul did a assault on the media yesterday.
Yes, he did.
All the news programs were very excited to talk about the Harlem hero, and
who wouldn't be?
No Filter Paul blew up their spot yesterday. We'll get into that audio next. And I think Louis C.K. stopping by today.
Nice.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Louis C.K. in studio. We're checking out the fine video on TV. Boise State, right?
Boise.
I didn't see this live. You saw this?
Greatest. I mean, it might be better. I seen the top what some people was writing as the top 10 college bowl game ever.
Mm-hmm.
This was like number 4 or so. It was the best I've ever seen. I've never seen anything like that. They beat Boise State, who's like from Idaho, up and coming.
We don't
squad.
give a crap about that. We're talking about what happened after the game.
Well, I'm just gonna have to run it down.
We got to talk about how good that college game was.
Yeah, really.
Oklahoma. It was. You don't understand how great that game was. So they beat Oklahoma.
No, the guy who saved the dude on the tracks, and then this game, how good this game was.
It's fantastic.
And by the way, someone sent in a video of Moonraker as far as the parachute thing goes.
It's Moonraker where James Bond jumps out of the plane without a chute and steals it.
All right, we're going to get into a bunch of things here, but
after the game, after they won in this amazing fashion on the Statue of Liberty play, right?
Yeah.
Then the star running back proposed to
one of the cheerleaders.
The black star running back proposed to it.
He's barely black, though.
No, he's black. He's black. He's not a barely black guy. Justin Guarini's barely black.
He's not Mickey Rivers black.
There's two different blacks, though.
And he knits.
There's two different types of black that isn't really black.
He's black.
There's black guy with white features that's really dark. Yeah. And then there's this guy who has black features, but he's really white.
That's true.
No, this dude is black. Let me tell you.
No, he won't be accepted.
Her parents say it.
Right. Let's ask her daddy if he's black.
He asked Lily Munster to get married. She's as white as you could possibly be.
He proposed after the game there.
She looks a little Hispanic-y, doesn't she?
No, she looks like the all-American kind of
cleaned up spicky, sort of.
I don't know. She's kind of
not even close.
She's almost got some what's her name? Rachel from Friends hair.
Yeah.
Kind of that hair.
She's got a Friends
thing
haircut.
going. Friends haircut.
Country has
and this is Idaho.
They're coming. They're all like congratulating them. She's real tiny.
No, it's funny. They're in New York and are being happy. They'll go back to home to Idaho.
Oh,
they'll be dead.
As somebody beats him with a bag of potatoes.
What were you thinking, boy?
You're in Idaho now.
I don't know though. I think he might be all right because I mean I don't have racism in me, but I'm white, so I have the reflex. Like I know.
Of course.
Like I know.
You're racial.
Like I look at his face and I don't feel that sort of reflexive revulsion. Like, oh my God, a white woman with a black guy.
You live in New York, Louis. You're from New York, so it's like you accept that.
We're watching the video, and then Anthony had this thought in his head.
It just instantly, like as if, I guess, when psychiatrists say, I'm just going to blurt out a word, and you, or I'll show you a picture, and you just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Like, I saw that couple and just said, she loves the big
blank.
Yeah. She just loves it.
All right, Mr. Cumia.
Yes.
I'm just going to say a word, and you just blurt out anything you feel.
Yes.
Refrigerator.
And then,
okay, Mr.
How disappointing would that be, though? What if she did all this and went on ABC and filed her family name, and then they go to bed and he's got a tiny little one?
Oh,
how depressing!
Disappointing.
Probably does
to date him.
Honeymoon night.
You think she already didn't test it out? Like you think she's?
Yeah, she took it for a test drive already.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know, when she became a cheerleader too, the father is probably like, "Now, sweetie, stay away from the players because I know." And he meant like the white players.
Yeah.
Like, stay away from the players because they like didn't even consider the black players.
Because I don't need to tell you.
That should be obvious at this point. I raised you, right?
Stop it. Well, because he must have watched to see if he might catch a glimpse of her on TV.
Yeah.
Like if he might see her in one shot, picking her leg up.
Oh, he's
and then all of a sudden he's watching a black guy make her.
And his last
wife.
name is Johnson.
Really? Let me show you the difference with this peeled potato and one that isn't peeled. You want to stay with the peeled potato, not the unpeeled, dirty potato.
The dirty,
a filthy potato.
The potato skin. You just want the inside, the unmixed.
You want the nice lily white inside potato, dear.
Processed potato.
And then you guys.
When I say sweet, I don't mean the yams. I mean the white sweetness.
Stay away from yams.
But then that's why. Then we segged into why Obama will never be president.
Oh yeah,
if we can't even accept this.
Accept that. They're making out on TV. They kissed like 5 times right there in that one shot.
This country is not ready for President Obama yet.
Well, CNN can't even get it right.
Well,
how's the rest of the country going to get it right?
CNN had a glaring little error the other day.
Yeah.
That's great.
Obama bin Laden.
It said, where's Obama?
Instead of where's Osama,
they had
where's Obama.
They didn't
give us a little update.
It wasn't like
it was a graphic.
It was a graphic. Somebody typed and then someone put it up and approved it.
It was during Wolf Blitzer's show.
But if CNN can't get that
whole
right,
corporation makes it.
Yeah, oops. Yeah. We made a glaring typographical error in our graphics department that we want to apologize for.
We spent about 40 minutes manicuring the title and, putting a shadow on it.
Yeah, of course.
You went, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Making it look evil, making the graphic look evil.
That?
Putting music behind it.
Remember Wolf Blitzer made that mistake during Hurricane Katrina?
Oh, they're so poor and so black. And so into this cheerleader.
So black.
The president's so black.
It's so black.
He stopped before so hilarious. That was the next thing.
so hilarious.
All right, hold on.
How funny, folks, is the funniest video you've seen on television.
What's happening, Mr. President?
All right, let's go to AJ. AJ.
Hey, what's going on, O&A?
Hey, AJ.
How you guys doing, right?
Yeah, we're doing all right.
What do you got?
Good. The video you guys are looking for is the world's most shocking video. It was the guy who jumped out of the plane in Chile.
In Chile?
Yeah.
And that's what it was in Chile. And he jumped down. When the guy got to the ground, he tried to revive him. And he said, thank you very much for saving me, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to listen to the doghouse.
What is that?
See,
Wait, what?
If he would have, I knew by the way he was going for a gag because he was talking too fast and nervous. But when you blurt out the show that you're trying to promote, make it a little more.
What show was he promoting? I don't
JV
know.
and Elvis.
Oh, JV and Elvis.
Yeah, I believe he said Doghouse.
I wouldn't have known that.
So
no, like if you, at least blurt out. You know, when they do assaults on the media and stuff, like No Filter Paul did it, he's holding up a sign with Opie and Anthony, and he's saying Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
So if you're going to try to promote another show,
Don't
at
say
least
the inside.
don't go, yeah. What the hell? What?
The guy panicked.
I work with the guys, and I barely knew what that was.
They're on the same station.
I know.
Whatever,
they're on the same
There's
station.
probably a promo for them running.
Right. Like, there's promos running when we go to break for the show that he's trying to promote and trying to get past us. You dope.
Oh, my God.
Good point, Louie, yeah.
And
we'll go to break, and there'll be a JV and Elvis promo.
And I swear to you, I saw it coming because he started getting faster and faster. Like, all right, they still haven't hung up.
It's like he's calling into some show and then saying, McDonald's! McFlurry's! I got them.
All right, let's go to
advertise McDonald's.
Let's go to Max in Dallas. Max, what's up?
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Max.
Louie, you are a funny dude.
Oh, thanks.
I watched that HBO thing. I love.
I haven't seen the special yet, but I got on demand. I'll check it out tonight.
It airs January 13th, actually.
Then what is he talking about? He said he saw it already.
Did you saw the what? What did you see?
Well, I saw a part of it, the part where you were talking about how you raped Hitler.
Oh,
that was hilarious, dude.
What? Rape Hitler?
I have a bit about raping Hitler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On the special?
Yeah.
That's coming up January 13th on HBO?
January 13th.
So how did this guy see it already?
He saw the same promo you did. It's on there for it's one
a
of the
split
lines
second. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I thought he saw the actual bit.
No.
I was telling Louis C.K. the commercial for his HBO special is hilarious.
Thanks.
I can't wait to see
commercial?
the whole thing. Yeah.
Well,
why didn't he go see
Raping Hitler, huh?
Yeah. No, it's just a bit about how that's what I would have done with a time machine.
Oh.
Because a friend of mine said he would have killed Hitler. He would have done that to save everybody, but I would have raped him because I feel like that would have been plenty to, take him down a peg. Like, he wouldn't have done all that stuff if I raped him.
If he would have had that shame in his mind.
Like, should we invade Poland? Nah, I'm going to take a shower. I don't feel good. Like, he would have been depressed and had low self-esteem.
Yeah.
And also, I would have been cool. I mean, if you had the opportunity to rape Hitler, you would have raped him, right?
It's not gay.
What?
Yeah, that's not gay.
Oh, no, it's gay, but it's one gay thing I would do. I mean, that's if
for humanity.
Yeah, well, if somebody said to me, you could go back and rape Hitler, what an amazing experience that would be. I didn't do this part on the show, but it does fascinate me, the idea of
it would make history, or change history.
Yeah. And I wasn't for anybody listening, I'm not making fun of rape or, saying it's...
Or Hitler.
No, or Hitler. You shouldn't rape anybody unless you have a good reason, like you want to have sex with somebody that won't let you, in which case actually you don't really have another option.
Hey, by the way, let's get into the No Filter Paul before we take a rest from the Harlem Hero. So all the news crews were doing their story on the Harlem Hero, and No Filter Paul decided to assault on the media. We're not sanctioning these days. But
no, I believe...
but if the listeners are going to do them, they're going to do them.
There was never a formal thing that went down that made us stop doing this. But it was kind of presented like, hey, look, this is getting out of control because you guys made it a contest.
Right.
And the listeners have to always top each other. And there were prizes being given away for the best one. How do you judge the best one? Well, is it the one where you crack the reporter in the mouth with a monkey wrench? I don't know. But it started getting a little weird.
That's what happened. They told us to stop the contest.
We stopped the contest. But
there were air horns involved.
Yeah, alleged loss of hearing.
So aren't actually getting their news anymore.
Yeah, it was just not. It was getting ugly.
The assault on the media campaign that we started about a year and a half ago got so bad that reporters were giving up on their live shots and just letting our fans just have the 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh, there was a woman that was standing on her little box that makes her a couple of feet taller, and she's standing there doing a live shot, and our stupid fans come running in behind her, yelling and screaming. She got scared, turned around and looked at him, and just walked off her box and left the shot. And there's our fans jumping up and down in front of the camera. She abandoned her post. She just left. And they cut back to the studio, to the anchor guy shuffling papers, going, having some technical issues.
Jesus.
And they hate us more than they hate Osama.
Sure.
But they now, look, it's fair game. There are reporters out there, and there's real estate behind them when they do a live shot.
Right.
What happens back there? I see people throwing up gang signs. You see people waving, saying hi, whatever they want to do.
Yeah, if someone's going to throw a gang sign in the background, I guess we're allowed to have an Opie and Anthony sign back there.
There's no problem with the sign, and obviously you're not touching anybody, you're not harassing anybody. You're just holding up a sign.
My favorite one of all time, by the way, was Letterman comes back from his heart.
Oh yeah, this was a great one.
So they decide to do a little live shot outside the Letterman theater there.
It was a very icy winter day.
Yeah,
too.
Letterman's back after he took a month off or whatever it was. And so Maury Alter, he's an old-time reporter here in New York. I think he finally retired. Or they gave him like weekends at the middle of the night or something.
Yeah,
something
one of those
dumb.
bad slots.
So he's on the sidewalk doing the big Letterman is coming back piece live. And here come our guys, Mark, Psycho Mark. Comes running down the sidewalk with his Opie and Anthony sign.
Because you got to do these fast, because if the guy sees you coming with the sign, they're going to cut away, or a producer is going to run after you. Yep. So you got to run up behind the reporter real fast.
Yeah.
Now, remember I said that the sidewalks were very icy.
So live on TV, he slides into Maury Alter and pretty much knocks him down.
Pulls him over.
Not on purpose. It just was an accident.
It was icy.
Right.
And
next thing you know, you see on live TV 2 big burly guys come running out of the live truck.
And their feet are slipping on the ice as they're chasing Psycho Mark down on icy sidewalk.
And they had a huge sign, so now there's a tug of war going on live TV. He's trying to get the sign out of Psycho Mark's hands. And then there's pretty much a fight going on.
The cameraman.
So the camera's like, screw Maury Alter in the Letterman story. This is much better. And he goes to try to cover the fight that's about to happen. And Maury Alter has to go, no, over here.
Maury goes, back over to me. To me. It was just a complete cluster F. Loved
I think
it.
It's great that every time a reporter's out there, he has to worry he's going to get tackled.
It's that whole thing that they have this worry now. They can't just do the story with that pompous kind of reporter thing where they look right at the camera. I like the slow walk start.
Yeah.
Where they're standing there.
Right.
And they start their story, and then they take a few steps toward the camera, and then stop. Very dramatic, a hand gesture. It's right here at this spot. That is it. I like when they have to, like, shifty-eyed look behind him on the side. One of these lunatics going to attack me.
When we first started this back in when we were at WNEW, it got so bad that all the local reporters here in New York started doing their live shots from on top of the van.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't even trust the sidewalk anymore.
No.
So they would do it from on top of the van.
Man.
And that didn't work either.
It should be that way.
Well, and then Psycho Mark, with one of the most famous ones ever, this girl is on top of the van, and she thought she was safe. Psycho Mark said, screw that. He got on another fan's shoulders and then held up the C word on live TV.
A sign with the C word.
So he
and
had
just
like
held
a
it up right
Sharpie and plaque.
Oh, yeah. Psycho Mark always prepared.
He was the king.
We lost Psycho Mark on Sex for Sam 2? Or 1?
It was Son of Sam 2, yeah.
Son of Sam,
Son of Sam 2.
Dopes. Player magazine.
Anyway.
That's great.
But here's the latest assault on the media from No Filter Paul from yesterday.
He's a Vietnam vet. He was in the U.S. Navy. And tonight he is crediting his military training for giving him the knowledge to know what to do in a situation like this. And by the way, the guy who had the seizure, he is in stable condition and he's supposed to be okay.
All right, Linda, thank you. We need to hear stuff like that.
Wow, she was a trooper.
Stuff like that.
She plowed right through it.
Yeah.
Right through it.
At the end, you hear No Filter Paul say something like, "Don't touch me, I didn't touch you."
I didn't touch them.
Right. Well, the video
resorts to third grade defense.
Yeah, the video's up on opieandanthony.com. Lots of good video on the website.
Your Honor, I didn't touch her. I said no backs, no penny tax. So I believe I am entitled to the restitution.
Hey, let's say hi to Mark in Jersey. Mark, what's up?
Don't forget the NBC Today show when the girl flashed Matt Lauer.
Yeah, that was a great one, too.
Yeah. Was that one of yours? Or
they're on
live boobage.
Well, they're on delay because of us on the Today Show.
Oh,
you know, when they pan the line.
Right.
One of our fine women back in the day, she lifted up her shirt, big boobies, and wow sticker right under her breast.
Yeah.
And Katie Couric actually had to cover her mouth and go, "Oh my God."
She had to cover her mouth.
Yeah, they came back and she was in shock. It was wonderful. Just love it. And the greatest part about these things is almost this mission control atmosphere that goes on here, because we hear that it's going to happen sometimes.
Right.
And there's people on cell phones watching TV, coordinating, going, all right, ready? All right, they're live. Go. And you're watching. It's interactive television.
That's great.
It's like a Wii. You got your hand controller, and you're moving the people on the television.
That's great.
How did the new listeners find all the Assault on the Media videos? Is it easy to find on opieandanthony.com? Probably not.
Are they on YouTube?
I don't know.
Where
all
are
over the
they?
place.
I don't know.
We'll try to make it very easy for you to see all the past ones. Steve, are they easy to find?
Yeah, we just put them back up.
Huh?
Yeah, we just put them back up about a week ago. So
we had to hide them for about a year.
They had to go away.
We're always the only interesting things that really happen. It's like I got to see the Yankees win the World Series in '95, whatever, the first year of that dynasty.
Yeah.
I was at the game. But the thing I remember is the guys that ran out on the field. Like 3 different guys ran out on the field. I just love people that run on the field. I just think that's the greatest kind of person in the world, because the dude had a good enough seat to be right on the wall.
Yeah.
And you know he was without a shirt, saying, like, I'm going out there. And his friends are like, you're stupid.
Dude, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it. And the look on their face, dude. Once they make the commitment and they're on the infield, like looking at Derek Jeter, and he's looking at him like, you idiot. But
you are so going to jail.
Like, yeah. And the media tries to be, we don't show it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
yeah, the
wow,
camera goes away. We're not going to show this as a man on the field. We don't want to
condone this type of behavior, so we're not showing you the video.
And then the cops have to make an example of him, so they hit him really hard. Drag him off. I just love that guy. I love that moment in anyone's life.
The takedown is fantastic.
I'm missing the rest of the game. I'm spending the night in jail. I'm going to get hurt. I don't care.
I hate that they've taken that.
I'm on the one guy slid into home plate.
Yeah.
With no shirt on in October.
I hate they've taken that out of the sporting events, man. When your team wins, it all, whatever championship it is, and you get to run on the field. That doesn't happen anymore.
No, that
used
best
to be
part.
the greatest thing ever.
Like Chris Chambliss when he hit the game-winning home run.
And he couldn't even get to home plate.
No, and they have this one picture of him where one fan is trying to take his helmet off of his head
while he's running.
He's just going, forget the game. I want that help. Give me your.
What about
steal his helmet.
The one Wade Boggs? He's on the horse backwards, and everyone is out of the stands, and he's got champagne. And
on a cop's horse.
A cop's horse backwards, and the fans are all over the field. I mean, you miss those moments.
It used to be part.
When you just would see the sea of people just coming over the wall.
Yeah,
and they would destroy the place.
Movies about it. They'll still shoot it that way.
Yeah. Like they're allowed to.
But now your team wins and everyone has their bang sticks or whatever in the stands. Who cares?
Well, like a half hour before the game is over, they put a line of police on horseback. They surround the whole field.
Right.
You're not jumping out in front of that.
And you have your noisemakers.
You'd have to be how drunk do you have to be to jump into a horse?
You used to come to the game with a jar because you know you're taking some of the field home with you.
Yep.
All right, let's say hi to No Filter Paul. Paul.
Yeah, hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
What's going on? I just want to let you know, the funniest part about this one was right before the reporter went live, there was a bunch of guys doing gang signs, which, of course, you never see in Harlem. You know, behind
Here he goes, No Filter Paul, the biggest racist I've ever met, by the way.
I was nice. Anyway, so she told everybody off, because they were all doing it behind the camera. So when we did that, there was a huge cheer from the crowd. It was the funniest thing. And the guy from the truck grabbed the sign. Did you guys notice that?
We heard you yelling, like, don't touch me or something like that.
Yeah, well, actually, it was the guy with me, Chester's Ashes. He's like, don't touch my sign. Why, you're not taking my sign.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, and it was a board for choice as to who to go after up there, but, you know, we didn't want to do CBS because I'm sure you guys like your job at Free.
Yeah, that would be very smart to just stay away from CBS.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no intention. And, of course, then ABC7 was my other choice, and I've had a little bit of history with those guys.
Right.
But, yeah, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right, thank you, No Filter Paul. The video's up on opieandanthony.com, and I think you could do a little search to find all the past assault on the media.
Oh,
clips.
yeah.
All right, more with
Enjoy.
Louis C.K. and Patrice O'Neal in just a bit. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. That one.
4th? It's tomorrow the 4th?
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Thursday through Sunday?
Yeah, Thursday through Sunday.
I saw Louis C.K., I think, last year.
That's
Hilarious.
right? Yeah, thanks.
First time I met you, yeah, and he just kills, obviously.
You went to a Louis C.K. show?
Absolutely, yeah. I was really, really into it.
Thanks,
I see.
I've seen you.
I see.
I've seen you, Patrice, many times.
You seen me when you wasn't working.
Oh.
When y'all wasn't working, y'all came to come around. Not when you working.
Oh.
We don't even go out anymore.
Yeah. You came to see you. Was you working when you came to see Louis?
Yeah. But it was like a Friday or Saturday.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
I see.
Wow, made that about you, did you?
That's interesting.
Boy, big surprise there.
I was getting a little promotion. All of a sudden, we're all trying to make Patrice feel better.
Just trying to sell a few tickets here, Patrice.
Oh, Louis sold out already, man.
Louis C.K. at Caroline's all weekend long.
How greedy can you be, C.K.?
Tickets available, believe me.
212-757-4100.
Oh, that's good. Wow.
Is that good?
Yeah, a lot of comedians on this show.
It's been over. How many years have we been saying that number?
I think that's what the number is.
You probably still remember the number at Stitches in Boston.
No.
It was Comedy Connection.
Yeah, the connection.
There you go. Yeah, we took care of Blumenreich.
Oh, God.
Hey,
oh, God.
God is talking to Pat Robertson.
Oh, really?
He gets a one-on-one every year. Did you know this?
Every year?
Every year he gets
Only
a one-on-one with the Almighty.
That guy's a piece of garbage.
Only once.
This guy is nuts. God
once a year.
Once a year.
Once a year he gets a one-on-one with the Almighty.
And his annual God's like, yeah, Pat. Oh, God. Do I have to do this now? He says to assistant.
Yeah. Can we put off?
It's once a year, Lord. Okay.
You know he books this early every year.
You know.
Robertson said God spoke to him during his annual one-on-one prayer retreat with the Almighty.
How does he get...
Well, that's the thing.
It's a one-on-one.
He gets a great junket like in Cancun.
Yeah.
And the Almighty's like, well, dude, I'll take a free trip.
All right. If you're going to go somewhere. That's like a convention. How does he... You know how many people there are in the world? And this guy is like, he gets a one-on-one.
He's the one that gets the one-on-one.
And that's if we're the only world God's taken care of.
That's right. There may be some other
There could be other planets that he's dealing with, but he takes a time out of his schedule.
Pump his ass.
To make sure he sits down with him.
And God has dropped a bombshell.
Ooh. That's got to make a big explosion when God drops one.
On evangelist Pat Robertson. The TV preacher claims the Lord told him to expect a terrorist attack on the United States by the end of 2007 that will result in mass killing.
Wow, that's...
And God is going to let this happen too, I guess. Great.
Well, couldn't he tell God, if he's having a face-to-face with him, to maybe not make that happen?
Right.
You're God?
Maybe.
I love that's what he gets out of talking to God is just inside info.
Yeah.
Right.
Like fortune telling.
Yeah, it's like insider trading by God.
Sources close to God say.
God is denying reports that he said.
I guess God knows us. Yeah, I know Osama. I'm God. I know him.
Yeah. Couldn't he tell him like where he is or something? What is this? This sounds like a very one-sided face-to-face.
Well, it's very uncorroboratable. You
really can't fact-check the source here.
And what does God have to lose at that point? Wouldn't he tell you when and where?
Yeah. Well,
I'll tell you when and where.
I can't say very much, Pat. It's still, it's all under
that whole mysterious way I work.
If you give me another $100, I'll tell you a little more.
That's all I can say, Pat.
Yeah, what was God like shining shoes somewhere? Psst, Pat, for another 20, he's got to hand him another 20, and the shoe shine God tells him a little more info. Like Huggy Bear.
Where's that from?
Huggy Bear.
Yeah, maybe this will spark your memory, God.
Yeah, how about another sawbuck there, God? All right,
maybe,
since you asked.
Yeah, maybe I do remember a little bit more. Okay, inside of 2007.
This stupid Pat Robertson.
God, that guy should die of AIDS immediately.
Pat Robertson said yesterday on the 700 Club, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be nuclear.
Not necessarily?
Not necessarily saying.
The Lord didn't say nuclear, but I do believe it will be something like that, said the 76-year-old preacher and one-time presidential candidate.
Stop it. So was Pat Paulson.
Yeah.
And like I said, Robertson said God spoke to him during his annual one-on-one prayer retreat with the Almighty.
Oh, it's gotta be something.
Worst guy alive, that's Pat Robertson.
He said God told him that major U.S. cities and millions of people will be affected by the terrorist attack forecast to happen after September. So we have some time.
Oh, we got some time. Okay. He told him after September?
The evil people will come after this.
Cruel God.
This God is not a nice
When is
person.
it? Well, it's after September.
I'll tell you this much. It's after September.
I'm just saying, go out to your country house after Labor Day.
Yeah. You might want to leave.
Call me now.
That's what it is. I'm God.
God, call me now.
God is Kreskin. That's what it's now a hack.
But what's he going to say in 2008 when it didn't? I mean, he's given a pretty big window.
That is.
He's almost saying something bad's going to happen to some people sometime in the next 365 days.
Yeah, and terrorism might be involved. Yeah. Like that.
But
all
in
right.
2008, God said that it wasn't necessarily... he was...
Does he give these every year?
He gets the one-on-one every year.
What was last year's?
Do
we have any previous predictions from him or predictions, God's tellings that perhaps
God Gene Dixon?
He didn't...
Well, it goes on. The evil people will come after this country, and there's a possibility, not a possibility, a definite certainty that chaos is going to rule, said Robertson, urging listeners...
Chaos!
And he urged listeners to pray. God said he's going to restrain the evil, but he isn't necessarily going to restrain it in the beginning.
People should pray to the dude who told him this?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Pray, because that might do some good, even though I talk to the guy. I go hang out with him every year.
Yeah.
Pat Robertson is more...
You think you'd build up a relationship where you could then say, God, come on.
Yeah, he was just in the steam room with him with a couple of hookers in Bangkok. He couldn't have... You folks should pray. Why didn't you talk to him while you had him in front of you?
He's right there.
Talk him out of it.
Pat Robertson's more crazy than the Harlem hero. Listen to this quote again. God said he's going to restrain the evil, but he isn't necessarily going to restrain it in the beginning. So he's going to kind of let it happen for a while, and then he's going to control it. A lot of these things can be reversed. We just need to do a lot of praying. So if we pray, I guess we're going to be okay.
So it's like
and that's his out, by the way, if this thing doesn't happen.
That's like a threat, then. It's a threat. It can be reversed if we pray.
And this is an annual event, Robertson coming up with these one-on-ones. And last year he claimed that God told him the Pacific Northwest would get slammed by a tsunami. Do we have proof of that?
He said in May, Robertson said God told him that storms and a possible tsunami were to crash into America's coastline in 2006. Even though the U.S. was not hit with a tsunami, Robertson on Tuesday cited last spring's heavy rains and flooding in New England as partly fulfilling the prediction.
They had a lot of rain.
So compare the 250,000 or 500,000, whoever knows how many people were dead in a tsunami, to, I needed my rubbers and an umbrella that day.
Northampton, it would rain for days.
Days on end.
God told me this would happen.
And what is this? The broadcaster predicted in January 2004 that President Bush would easily win re-election. Bush won 51% of the vote that fall. Let's see. Robertson said God also told him that the U.S. only feigns friendship with Israel and that U.S. policies are pushing Israel towards national suicide.
So God is like a wonk.
God's like,
God's got like the inside dope on the nuances of American foreign policy.
God's like, we're faking that. Pat Robertson would be like, God, why are we allied with Israel? Pat, we fake that.
Just a weird thing for God to say in his big boomy voice.
Yeah.
The U.S. is only kind of protecting interests, you see, and it's kind of a subtle thing, Pat.
Pat, you're so silly, Pat. Why do I see you every year? You don't understand me. What an ass.
Let's say hi to Kirk in Jersey. Kirk, what's up?
Yeah, if Robinson, what he says is true, does he get on the air the next day like Club Soda Kenny? I told you guys.
You know, I don't want to be the bringer of bad news, but I had my one-on-one with the Almighty this weekend. I went up the mountain, I saw the burning bush, and it turned my hair dry. Where is he?
He's not here.
No. He's also predicting that the Eagles will win the Super Bowl. So
he
got that
He's giving
from God.
sports picks?
Yeah, he got that from God.
Those got to be right on.
Of course.
Those got to be right on. God's sports picks. Wow. What an ass.
If God hangs out with Pat Robertson, he's a douche, too.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Why would he be friends with him?
No. That discredits God completely. I don't care if he did create the universe, he's a douche.
Is
Hang out
Pat
with that moron?
Is Pat crazy where he thinks he's actually with God? Or does he go into a room, sit there and go, I just got to sit here by myself so everyone thinks I'm with
here
God?
For a few hours.
Yeah, like, how long should I sit here if I'm with God?
Starts humming and looking around.
Does God kick me out or do I leave before?
Right.
You know, what's the protocol with God?
What a pompous.
You don't want God to be turned into go, geez, this guy going to hang out all night?
Yeah.
He came with a 6-pack of Meisterbrow. He's drinking the bud.
You got to know when to leave. Every time I talk to that Robertson guy, I'm in the paper the next day. He must call him and say, stop. I don't want to read about our retreat.
Just between you and I.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Talking with you.
I thought I was on a mancation.
A mancation with God.
Let's say hi to Eric in Michigan. Eric.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah.
Hey, Pat Robertson is just arrogant. He's like, you know, God only speaks to me, and he's only concerned about American affairs. And, you know, we're not for fucking punching out.
Oh. Oh, he was trying so hard.
He panicked a little bit, but
he punched out, though. He pulled it. Goose hit his head on the canopy, though.
What's weird is that he wasn't doing some big the high wire bit. He was just expressing himself.
Yeah.
He panicked.
He definitely panicked.
Wow.
Well, that's what people do on this show when they lose it. Some people just go down. They go down in flames, and it's a big crater of jet fuel and aluminum. But if you heard him, he said, I'm punching out.
Yeah.
That's when you reach down the handle.
Right.
Boom, you pull, eject canopy, you're out of it. So he has saved himself.
He was close to the ground, though.
He was close.
He was real close.
He pulled it the last minute.
Let's say hi to John in Jersey. It's time, I guess, for What Did We Learn on the Opie and Anthony Show today.
Wow.
John, what's up?
And fast.
Today I learned that God is the best bookie in the world.
Yeah. And he's only concerned with America. That's what Eric was getting at, that he only cares about America.
Okay, punching out.
All right, let's say hi to Craig on Long Island. Craig, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey.
Hey, I was just wondering if anybody tested Robinson's blood for peyote.
Yeah, sometimes you do see God when you do mushrooms.
Sure.
And, like, is anyone else meeting with God, but they could just keep their mouth shut? Pat's the only one, like, blabbing.
Pat's the only one.
Everybody name-dropping, and it's God.
God's like, dude, I'm not going on those things anymore. You tell everybody what we talked about. And I didn't say that. I know God, but I got bills to pay. Nobody pays attention to me no more.
I took it the wrong way.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's probably meeting with people all over the place all the time, but he tells them, look, this is between me and you. It's a face-to-face.
You and I.
If I wanted other people involved, I'd invite them.
Right.
You don't go to the news with what I have to say. I'm God.
All right. We can't really start anything new here, so it was a good place to end it. Patrice O'Neal, thank you so much. Jim Norton
Patrice, always a pleasure.
Patrice O'Neal, who I've seen at least a dozen times in comedy clubs all over the tri-state area.
Yeah.
At least.
12 times.
At least.
Hey, man.
Why so bitter? I've seen you many times.
That was really a heavy white word you just used on me.
Bitter?
Yeah,
Bitter?
Don't call me bitter.
Are you bitter that I haven't seen you?
He's sweet.
I did promise I was going to see you last time. I never showed.
Well, that's you do a lot of promising. That's all I'm saying. That's the whole point. Is not that you come to see. I don't need you to come see me.
But don't
But
say.
the first thing is, you dry humped Louis, and he's like, "Hey, I was at the last show."
Dude, I've seen Louis. I've seen Louis one time so far. One time.
It wasn't like, hey, it wasn't any pillow talk with Louis. It was just right to it.
You know what they say? You take count your own chickens and shove them up your ass. I don't know what
It's a good old saying.
Look after your own.
I have to remember that.
I've seen Louis C.K. one lousy time.
Well, that hurt.
You said you had a lousy time seeing Louis C.K.? Jesus. Terrible.
Oh, I gotta just shut up.
I never promised to go out anywhere to see anybody. Isn't that nice?
It's perfect.
It's
probably smarter.
Stress-free. And then they're surprised when I show up. Hey, Anthony.
You did used to show up a lot, though, when your girl and Heavy Kev.
Yeah, when Big Kev was Big Kev.
When Kev was hard to be your friend.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
You had to always have an excuse.
All right, we got to get out of here. Louis C.K.'s playing Caroline's all weekend long. Yep. Go see him. I'll be there this weekend.
Ah, is that a promise?
That is a promise.
Good.
I think
instead
Friday
of Patrice.
night.
That's going to be it's going to be Louis C.K. instead of Patrice. That's my next album.
What? Please do that. So people just know there's an instead of. I'll take instead of.
Hey, Patrice, what are we promoting? Anything?
Nothing, and you know that already. See, and
no, I don't know that for sure.
He's giving you an opening next Thursday. I got things.
Next Thursday, he's got things.
Thursday, I'm gonna come.
All right, yeah, Patrice will be back next week. All right, thank you. If you're not joining us over at XM, have a great day.
So, shit, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It begins now, bitches.
Yeah, now we can curse. But there's children on the sidewalk.
They shouldn't be. They should be in school, those little motherfuckers.
Hey, little fella.
What's this little nigga doing with this little white baby?
He's adorable.
Police.
Ask her what's going on with that.
I ain't asking her nothing.
It's a nanny.
It's just a black nanny with a white baby.
I'm not trying to protect white children. She could be kidnapping them.
In LA, it's Mexicans with white babies.
That's right.
All the nannies are Mexican.
Here it's Jamaican.
Well, they're
New York,
actually
it's Jamaican.
El Salvadorian.
Yeah.
Mexicans are like white people now in California.
Really?
Yep.
It's El Salvadorians.
El Salvadorians and
South Americans. Nicaraguan.
I heard somebody say Nicaragua.
I said Nicaragua.
You snuck one in there.
I did. I didn't sneak it. I said it.
Would that be a double entendre?
No, that's a single entendre in Nicaragua.
That wasn't even an attempted sneak.
No.
He tried to throw that knuckleball right by you.
That's right.
But you caught it, man.
A little chin music for you there.
A little chin music.
A little racist chin music.
I went sailing.
Keep you honest.
I went sailing down the Congo River.
That's right.
There you go. Racial wordplay.
All right.
Are we doing Box O'Cox today or no?
I think we're testing the camera.
We're going to try to test the camera today?
Yeah, that way... That way we could see the expression on the people's faces.
Yeah.
I never noticed there's a hotel here.
Where? Right here?
The Buckingham. I always stay at the Buckingham.
Wow, I didn't either.
It's a
Might
hotel.
be new.
Is it upper end?
Might be new.
There are some real shitholes on this block. Opie stayed at one.
What?
You stayed at, like, one of the real shitholes on this block once?
No, I stayed in the same hotel that was used in the Borat movie. Is that the one you're talking about?
Maybe.
Where
I just remember you had cockroaches and the sheets didn't seem clean.
Oh, no, I had to rinse out my own underwear.
Yeah, well, what? That doesn't sound like the hotel's fault.
No,
it made me shit my pants. I walked in, it sucked so bad I shit.
Awful. I shit my pants.
The deal is really fast. Ant and I signed this big deal in radio back in the day to syndicate our show, and we're finally entering the big time, and they had all sorts of articles the next day in the papers. So we went out that night to celebrate. I wasn't planning on staying in the city. I ended up getting a room at the Wellington because all the other hotels were sold out, and I had the clothes on my body and they were smelling pretty bad, so I had to like wash out my underwear and throw it on a radiator to dry it out. So I had something to wear the next day, and I'm in bed and the sheets are smelly and it looked like cockroaches and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm reading about how we just signed this. Yeah, how great we're doing. Thank you.
Yeah, just
and I was in a horrible situation, cleaning out my own underwear in this horrible hotel
sink.
Anyway, whatever. You'll hear it on a replay someday. The long version of that story.
That wasn't it?
That's the headlines basically. Where are you, Patrice?
I don't know. I'm just out here. I'm just staying out here looking at people.
People walking.
Just people.
We'll bring them upstairs.
Good morning, sir. How are you today?
My
My pal.
Well, he's an asshole.
I forgot my wallet today. Remember after all that hubbub yesterday? After all that hubbub yesterday about you got to bring your wallet and your IDs so you could give the proper credentials, I left this morning without my wallet. I was driving like 95 down the expressway. I had not a PBA card on me. Whoa, very dangerous. Oh, could you?
No, I'm not going to the elevator now. We'll see upstairs.
Opie and Anthony, XM 202.
All right, turn the music off immediately. Good. That's how I want the show to start. Fuck that music already. I've had it with the rage music.
It's called identifiability, motherfucker.
Yeah, but you know something?
Let the people have what they want, nigga. Stop trying to be a vanguard or a crusader. Just let that fucking palabra shit start so these motherfuckers can get... It's like foreplay. It's like, you know what? Motherfuckers like to come the way they like to come.
All right, give me a little bit then. Little bit. Oh, look, he's in a panic.
I can't do it.
He is in a panic. He doesn't know how to get it back now. Yet nothing. Well, now the time has passed. Now if you play it, it's silly.
Identifiability, though, because it sounds like all radio stations have that crap now.
Yeah. Enough of this palaver.
We're crazy.
But you know something?
We'll say anything.
We had enough palaver. Exactly. And it stops. You got to talk over the music.
Yeah. Well, that's what people fucking want.
Do they?
I don't know what people want. If I know what people want,
they wouldn't have been superimposing your ass in on Web Junk 20.
If I knew what people wanted, it wouldn't have been 6 people at the place I was doing my New Year's show.
Nobody had to know that.
Yeah, right.
Except for the 6 people.
You could have kept that to yourself.
At least it was a small secret.
I like to share.
We just realized that we have a dramatic opening for this crap, and it's so stupid.
Yeah, you came in a little late. He wants to start. I think it should stay. Don't fucking ever give.
No, I was just like, enough of the music. I don't like when the music plays too long. But then, we always talk about this big dramatic ecstasy of gold that plays. That's this huge build-up, and then you get this shit. And it's like, whoa, it's so important. Such an important show.
You get ecstasy of gold, and you get sirens, and then it's just us with this
important.
I went shopping today.
Yeah, and then you get like, hey, I stayed at a shitty hotel, and I had to fucking wash the skid marks out of my underwear and put it on a radiator. Thank you.
That was worth the dramatic Clint Eastwood
laser light show.
Yeah, the Clint Eastwood music beginning.
It's a laser light show outside the building.
Wait till you hear this shit.
Wow. You're expecting a cure for AIDS or something. No, it's just another shit joke.
Yep.
Give me something.
Another dick joke. And all right. So where are we at today? God, didn't we just leave the other place? That was the shortest walk ever.
I like it.
It's not bad when the weather's cold.
I told Louie right when we walked out, I go, this fucking walk is getting so old that we're starting to walk now before we're on the air.
Yeah.
So you'll hear like the Opie and Anthony XM walkover begins now. And we're already like in front of the building. We walked. We didn't care. How many
things
fucking
somebody pitches? Who came up with a walkover?
It was forced. It was pretty much
we're going to tape every time we go over.
Every time because something exciting has to happen during one block.
Yeah.
Wouldn't if something exciting was going to happen on the same block every fucking day? Wouldn't news crews be camped out there? Let's be honest here, please.
Out of all places to walk to, 57th
My
and 6th
God.
Avenue.
57th. Let me tell you, between like 5th and 7th, there is fucking pandemonium on a daily basis.
That Steinway piano store is a
holy
madhouse.
Shit! What happens out there every day?
Takes her shirt off every day.
Get the news van down there, raise that boom, and I want cameras.
Something's about to happen.
Smells like cologne.
Hey, MSNBC is reporting that we have put out an official statement, America, that we had nothing to do with Saddam Hussein's hanging.
Nothing to do? Wait a minute. Didn't we kind of have something to do with it?
Pushed it along at least.
I think we
gave it a nice push.
Put it this way: if it wasn't for us, he'd still be with the little mustache shooting his gun off the balcony.
Yeah.
They just put out a statement. We had nothing to do with the hanging. Are you kidding me? Maybe not the actual hanging.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Not the actual hanging.
We didn't pull the noose tight, but...
No.
We fucked the dude up.
The reason the guy was standing there with a noose around his neck, we could have had something to do with.
Yeah, a little bit.
I think we gave a big hint at what we wanted to accomplish.
I'll be willing to go out on a limb and say I don't believe any Americans were pulling the lever. All right?
Yeah.
There, I said it. But as far as having nothing to do with it?
No, we are a little bit involved.
A little bit. Remember Shock and Awe?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of... Remember
Shock and Awe?
Remember the first war?
And before
it started there.
Before Shock and Awe, they played Ecstasy of Gold.
Did they?
And a little Rage Against the Machine music.
Saddam's hanging. We didn't have nothing to do with it, though.
Was there ever a time where outrage actually meant anything in this guy? Like, sometimes things like this, like that just now, is almost like, I don't even have the vocabulary to just describe
what what
that means. Like,
who put that fucking statement out?
What? Oh, you mean that they said that?
Yeah, it's just like I don't even. It's almost like, as comedians, man, you got to be like, always social commentators or whatever, and it just gets completely draining. Like, you just go, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna talk about marbles and cheese whiz, because I'm just so tired of this shitty country talking about like just saying anything.
Is there anyone that just saw that went, whew, okay, good.
Well,
yes,
good thing we didn't do it.
We didn't. Now a statement came out and we didn't. And he'll go now to work and go, we had nothing to do with the hanging.
There's people who feel safer or less safe according to how the alert.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, I feel a little safer now because it's
when they boost that alert up, do you go like,
no,
shit.
I go when I go there and I sneak on 2 screwdrivers without a problem, or I look at different
screwdrivers on a flight for.
I hope you mean drinks, by the way.
I'm just gonna say, for real, I don't know if this is against the law to say, I just sneak things on to see if I can.
Do you really?
You're
out of your mind.
Insane.
Because they don't. They won't just all laugh and go,
Patrice, you nuts.
Patrice, you got us again.
Okay.
I'll see you down at the Chuckle Hut.
Ready? Are you ready for this? Listen to me. I don't like airports. So
you bring weapons.
I'm very frustrated because I don't have enough money to fucking buy a bus. That's my dream.
No, I know how that feels. Not being able to buy a bus is a big drag for most Americans.
Because I don't want to fly.
Yeah.
And do you realize that the fucking butter knife, the shit they give you because of 9/11, the food.
Right. No, the butter knife is plastic, but the fork is metal.
No. Yeah. But the butter knife is dangerous. I have physically taken the butter knife,
the plastic one,
went flat,
and cut yourself.
And I've cut myself with
the plastic one or the metal
knife.
first class one.
Butter knife.
You're out of your mind.
They give me metal in first class. You get metal knives,
and
that's where the terrorists were all sitting.
They were all sitting in
fucking first class.
You bend down the prongs.
Oh, you're using some prison shit now.
And you poke a nigga in his temple.
All right, listen. It's like making shanks in first class.
All right, we're on to something nice, but we got OCD man standing there. Kenny, say what you have to say.
He's upset because I haven't.
So the OCD could
I'm waiting for the order.
I gotta get my order in.
I have to stand here until they tell me if they want anything or not.
Good fellas. Why are you hanging over my?
You're like fucking vote.
Bring the fucking check.
You guys need
I want to bring the fucking check.
Tie and put a bottle over his head.
I already wrote it down.
I'm trying to. I just didn't want to.
Okay. So Patrice,
could I get you drinks first?
You really sneak stuff onto a plane?
Not weapons, just things.
Just little things that you would know could be a problem.
That could be a problem.
But, like what?
Screwdrivers. I brought a screwdriver.
How big of a screwdriver?
A baby, one of those from the dollar store, baby screwdriver sets.
For like eyeglasses?
The one that goes from...
He might take the screw out of the pilot's eyeglasses, and he can't see. Goddamn it!
Serious?
The one that goes from 1 millimeter to 5 millimeters.
How big is the biggest one?
The biggest one is about 4 inches. And it can be held in a poking way or a stabbing motion.
Look, if you can bite someone's eye off if you really want to fuck them up.
Ready?
Let me tell you
I've brought 3 ounces of Crisco oil on a plane, and that's flammable.
What are you doing?
Holy
the thing
shit.
that's weird to me is Patrice O'Neal cutting himself going, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
I pay taxes.
Why am I allowed to cut myself?
Patrice is a cutter. I cut the meaty part of my hand, like the
you
back
should
of my
sue
hand
the airlines because you cut yourself with your fucking knife.
And Louis, just to see, because I don't feel safe. It starts at the TSA.
Yeah.
Do you feel safe
you're not gonna
with
feel
those
safer knowing you
let me tell you something. I feel safer now than I do when I think back at how it was.
Yeah. I think it's safer now just because why would they try it
You
twice?
can still get a box cutter on. A guaranteed fact you can get a box
They don't need to do it again, though. They don't need to do it again.
That's what. Do you think the Japanese could have fucking bombed Pearl Harbor again? Do you absolutely think?
I think they could.
That was so easy. Let's do that shit again.
Do again.
If 9/11, if they did, that's Pearl Harbor. So yes, they could have did it again if they fucking felt like doing it.
No, they can't get anything.
There'd be
First
no
of all,
point.
If there are 5 guys with 4-inch fucking screwdrivers, they are getting pounded by even the old lady sitting next to them. There ain't one motherfucker ain't gonna stand up and be like Super Negro in Harlem and fucking beat the shit out of everybody.
Right with you. I'm on. This is going back.
That can't work again. The airplane one.
To the conversation we had over at Free FM.
Yeah.
It's television, and I do agree that the fact is that 9/11 people, the fact is that we watch so much TV, it's like, we're going to fly to Cuba for
that don't watch no more.
Asylum.
You know what that was? That kept people from fucking doing anything? Hope kept people from fucking with hijackers. Yeah. Not anymore. Because now you don't have the fucking hope. You're thinking, you're going into a building, I'm dead, I'm fucking everyone.
It doesn't matter. They can't top that.
Right.
Any other hijacker is going to be a hack now. It's going to be like, oh, the Empire State Building, wow. So what? Ooh, nice work. We knocked down the 2 biggest buildings in America.
With your 3 ounces of fucking flammable. There's 65,000 pounds of fuel in those wings.
If I have just the right...
It's got cooking oil.
If I just the right wick...
Oh, totally.
Oh, wick!
Crisco is...
What are you wicking? Shoelace.
I can make a sandal bomb.
You could make a fucking nightlight from 1850. What are you gonna... You're gonna walk to the bathroom with that little white stocking cap and your oil lantern? Excuse me, stewardess.
I am gonna...
the ghost of Christmas past.
Humbug, yeah.
The ghost of Christmas past is gonna show you that...
How do you get it on the plane?
Yeah, what are you taking it in?
My thing, I just do it to see what they're really doing. You know what I mean?
Crisco
I can't believe that's how you spend your packing time, putting Crisco oil in a fucking
How
beaker.
flammable
Not like
is Crisco oil it's going to make a difference? Do you know how slow it burns? They put it in... You put it in a lamp.
If I spread it on your arm.
All right, let me... you spread it on my arm
while he patiently waits.
Light it.
May I see the pilot for a moment? Because I want to put some oil on his arm.
If I spread it on your arm.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. We're with you so far.
Spread it on my arm.
And I go, sorry, sir. Right?
Yeah.
And then I go and the matches.
Your plan is falling apart. You're allowed to bring matches on a plane. You could bring matches on a plane.
I just still love Patrice sitting in his little seat, fucking cutting his hand. And
Look at what I could do.
Excuse me, do you see this? Do you see what I did to myself?
Yes!
Did you do that?
A person can cut their own hand.
I just had the plastic
You
safety
didn't point
knife.
it out to anyone afterwards?
I had the No, I just had the
You just
plastic,
did it and got mad.
The plastic safety knife. The plastic
Yeah.
saving us from terrorist knife, right?
It's serrated.
It's serrated and dangerous.
It's only part of the plan.
And you could cut a neck.
The big door on the pilot's on the cockpit helps too. It's
that
not
big
really just
locked door that they really don't. You're going to jimmy that door open with your plastic knife.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what they've taken away from me.
That door is open. When I fly
when it's on the ground.
No, it's open. Those guys, I watch.
The flight attendant.
The flight attendants don't do a secret knock. They don't go,
yes,
you know, the eagle walks up. They just go in and go, hi,
You're trying to upset people and you're telling lies.
There is a protocol to opening.
You're comfortable.
There is a protocol to opening that door. A steward or stewardess will stand.
They put the cart, the refreshment,
and they will stand there when the pilot gets out to take a piss or something.
The pilot has one chance to take a piss. I see it on every flight.
Yep. And if the plane is
I fly
hijacked,
first class because I'm white, which means I fly first class with the same fare that you fly. By the way,
do you think that I see this from Coach?
You're not.
No,
you're not seeing too well from the back.
They block it off.
Sitting up front,
he takes a piss.
this situation.
And if he gets out in a couple of Al Qaeda flying plane, he goes, "Hope you had a nice piss, Arnold."
And even if the cockpit door is open, the stewardess is in the way.
Yeah, no, they do. They do a
coordinated.
What is that old bitch going to do?
There is a contingency plan to slow someone down.
Butter knife
and rub some oil on her arm.
Throw oil in the eyes.
You don't get close enough.
Butter knife.
I've seen people stand up and try to approach that bathroom when the steward, and they warn you right away. Go back to your seat. They don't wait for you to get up to her so you can clock her in the face.
I've never been told to sit down when I got to take a piss in first class.
But when the pilot's been in the bathroom?
When the pilot's in there, you can't get up.
When the pilot's in there, you are not getting up and going toward the...
There's a procedure to it, and you're ignoring it because...
No. First of all, see, this is white guy, non-paranoid. This is why you're...
I'm the most paranoid motherfucker. I look at every goddamn Arab on my fucking flight. I scan the terminal.
It's so fucked up because you guys are in charge, and you're not... You're reactionary. Everything we do is reacting to what these inventive Arabs are doing.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
White
Louis.
people have been in charge for a long time.
And
we know what we're doing.
Fucking up.
We know what we're doing.
White guilt is ruining everything.
If there's one thing we can do, it's take charge of the country and tell people what to do.
There ain't one Nike print on the moon, motherfucker.
Nike? What?
White men.
Your racism is misguided right now. Listen.
Nothing but hush puppies. Hush puppy prints on the moon.
Brooks Brothers. Listen. This is the thing about the whole plan.
We're
about
not
the
paranoid enough?
About the stewardess stopping.
Okay.
All right, now you drive through a tunnel. No, you don't drive through a tunnel coming in ever.
Midtown Tunnel.
When I drive through the Holland Tunnel every day, there's 5 cops or whatever sitting there.
Yeah, they sit at all the tunnels.
Now, they don't do the tunnel check. They don't check for fucked up shit a mile away from the fucking tunnle.
No.
They check after you pay your fucking toll. Then they go for suspicious
box trucks, things like that.
Now, all I have to fucking do is pay my toll, and the guy goes, "Pull over, you're in a truck." And I go fuck yourself. Thank you very much, and pat him on his head and drive in the fucking tunnel. So why do you think a fucking stewardess under her plan? I can't just fucking muscle this fucking stewardess out the way if I wanted to.
The cockpit door is closed and locked. There's one pilot. Both of those motherfuckers fly. It ain't the pilot and some fucking mechanic in the other seat. He can fly the motherfucker.
When it's time for the pilot to take a piss. Why am I explaining this to a fucking paranoid Negro?
This is white guy. This is white guy stereo.
I'm bringing Crisco and
everything's gonna be fine. It's under control.
And a plastic butter knife.
Don't worry about the planes anymore. The planes are fine.
The thing is, Patrice, the reason why we don't worry as much is because being white is so awesome. The benefits are so rich.
It rocks.
That even if we die tomorrow of terrorism, it's not that bad.
Was you worried about Gatorade before this Gatorade guy did the thing?
I don't even know what you're talking about. But I don't care. I don't drink Gatorade.
No, the reason that we can't bring
it's got too much sugar in it.
The reason we can't bring our fucking liquids on anymore.
Oh, it's because
of the England threat.
So was you thinking about that before they did it?
No.
Do you understand? That's what I mean. My point is that we're reacting to whatever.
But you are totally irrationally insane. You have your brain makes no sense.
Yeah,
your brain does not work properly.
What else have you brought on a plane?
I don't really bring
if you were running the country, nobody would be. People would be going on and all bandaged.
Also, do you know those X-ray machines that they send through?
They don't have Crisco meters.
The Crisco meter. They do have.
And then they check your shoes for bomb. That rub they do.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't take my well now they make you take your shoes off, but I don't take anything off. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
I flew right after 9/11. I was on tour when 9/11 happened. I was in LA and I was going on a bunch of road work, and so I started flying as soon as they had planes going up. And there was nobody in the airports. It was like just walking through these empty airports.
Everyone's petrified.
Any airline you flew, you were immediately platinum class. in the lounge.
Please.
They were begging you to fly. And all of the whole thing that they're not even supposed to mention plane crashes or terrorism, that was out the window because the flight attendants, everybody were really scared. So you'd be on the plane and the flight attendant is saying, I'm really scared we're all gonna die on this one. Like they were talking like that.
Shit.
And before every flight that I flew for like a month, the pilot would come out to the first class people and say, you guys are the last line of defense. He's saying,
great.
Rich
I'm a soldier. Yeah.
And he says, I don't want you. And he seriously, I was in the first seat, like 1A. And he said, I'd appreciate you not sleeping, to be honest with you, on this flight, because you got to protect me like I got to protect you.
That's fine. Could I have a kosher meal? If I'm going to be defending you, I'm hungry. I need good food, plenty of it.
Please. Let's talk to an air marshal. Mike in Philly, what's up?
Gentlemen, how are you this morning?
Good.
Good. Say, I'm going to break down the third wall for you, Patrice. You stand up and try to muzzle one of the flight attendants. I will peel your cap back.
Yeah.
So fast.
Is that on every flight too, sir? Every flight?
Don't answer that.
I don't want to know.
No,
I don't want to fucking know. I don't want to know if there's an air marshal on every flight.
He'd like to think that it's every flight.
There's an air marshal on every flight.
I assume there is.
Huh?
I'm not able to answer that.
All right. I thought you could answer.
There's no way.
I don't want an answer. I like to think they're sprinkled around
that makes
liberally.
me feel a little safer. That he would shoot me in the head if I tried anything. That makes me feel safer.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, what kind of weapons do the pilots have now?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
At liberty.
I think they're still working.
You know what I read in the... I saw this thing on the news that...
I think it's on the QT. I think they got some stuff up there.
I saw this thing on the news that freaked me out because when they were talking about arming pilots, people complained that the bullets would pierce the plane and let it... And then somebody on the news goes, a guy from the FAA said, we know that's not true because often when we bring planes in, there's bullets all underneath because people that live in the airports shoot at planes all the time.
Is that real?
Yes, and there's always bullets lodged. It's just part of maintenance is pull the bullets out of the bottom of the plane because every airport has psychos living near it shooting at planes. Oh, yeah, and the guy just said it casually like, we know because that's just part of...
Oh, wow.
Don't you have special munitions?
Patrice, I'm going to give you a hint. If you want to take over a plane, take that plastic knife, stand up and say, take the plane down or the N gets it.
The what?
Take the plane down.
You suck.
Blazing Saddles.
It's like Blazing Saddles. Put the gun to your head.
Yeah.
But did you see where I'm saying how the country is not...
No.
The fact is...
How do you not feel a little safer?
He should have said nigger to explain that so we can all know it. The N-word. What the fuck is going on here?
And that made it depressing,
and rejoice.
That made him sound...
It's despicable, man.
I don't agree with
that. That would have been funny if he had quoted the goddamn movie and I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
That's the goddamn... Put the nigger there.
Make a move and the nigger gets it.
I don't think he's bluffing.
Goddamn Kramer.
Kramer ruined it for everybody.
Let's get out of here for a minute or two. We got Louis C.K. playing Caroline's this weekend.
Mm-hmm. That's right, Patrice. I also have an HBO special starting on January 13th.
Yes?
It's also called Not Patrice O'Neal's HBO special.
I really am feeling like I can't find my HBO special to save my life, man.
Just come up with a good title like Plastic Knives and Crisco.
Crisco and Plastic Knives.
Yeah, Crisco and Plastic Knives. That might be actually good.
Thank you very much. Crisco and Plastic Knives. Which I don't bring Crisco on a plane, by the way.
Well, why would you?
You eat it at home.
It'd be very dangerous. Could smear it on the window and obscure the next passenger's view. I would hate that. I would hate to sit there with Crisco smeared on my window when I'm trying to look at the beautiful scenery.
All right, wait a minute. Whoa.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah.
What if you rub your body down?
Yeah, with Crisco.
Naked. Rub your body down. I'm trying to think ahead.
All right. I'm with you now.
You rub your body down with something completely flammable. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you put
and odorless, totally odorless.
And then you hope
it's not going to smell when you come through.
And then you There's something odorless like a grease or a Vaseline type of
thing hasn't been invented yet. Totally. Something not on the chart of the elements.
And then your clothes are you wear like
explosive
silk clothing, very flammable clothing.
Oh yeah.
You go on and you just light yourself on fire and just run through the plane.
How about a fire extinguisher?
Then you'll just fall down on fire. They'll put you out and land in the next airport,
and you'd be laying
your
there,
dumb body off under the tarmac.
You'd be laying there with fucking third-degree burns on your body.
God, I thought you'd be on the news. Good idea. They'll be making fun of you here in the morning. Did you hear about that asshole that lit himself on fire? Didn't hurt a person.
I just hug somebody. I go and hug the pilot with Vaseline.
You can't get through
fire.
the door. You'd be knocking all. Ow! Hurry, open the door.
We wouldn't even acknowledge that we ever knew you. You hear what this asshole did? You wouldn't even get that.
I'm just trying to
get
think.
That respect.
I'm just trying to think like a terrorist would think, man. After Gatorade, you got to think these things, man.
Gatorade was pretty impressive.
You got to think these things.
Do you do the other celebrities? Because Jay Moore turned us on to this. The other celebrities that are on the plane with you, if you would get top billing if the plane went down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. I was flying recently from L.A. back to Newark. And Sebastian Bach was on the plane. And I'm like,
you wouldn't be mentioned.
I go, I think I'd be mentioned just because the Post would have been able to do Rocker, Bach, and Shock Jock. Like, the Post would have loved to have done that. Although I think he would have gotten top billing.
I was on with Dan Rather once, so.
Yeah? Dan Rather.
That would have even been a footnote.
Nah, nothing.
Not even a footnote.
Dan Rather. This whole big thing on Dan Rather.
Not even Source Magazine. Nothing.
Nothing.
I would have been
You'd have been James
somewhere.
fucking Brown this week.
Even your mom would have been like, did you hear about Dan Rather?
You might have made King magazine.
Yeah, maybe.
You might have made King.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get out of here for a couple minutes.
All right.
Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Introducing Wow for Dummies, an easy-to-follow guide to get you started with Whip 'em Out Wednesday on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Big, luscious, juicy one.
Step 1, get a Wow sticker.
OpieandAnthony.com.
Step 2, put said sticker on car, not under the hood. Step 3, drive around.
Please pull up next to me, honk your horn, and demand to see my tits.
Let me see those boobies.
That's so sexy.
Step 4, enjoy boobies.
God damn it, what nice tits.
Some people call them the bosom.
Oh, yeah.
So ladies from all over the country, if you feel like showing us a little something,
Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
This message was brought to you by the cooperative staff at the Opie and Anthony program.
Back with the Opie and Anthony Show on this fine Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Trace, Louis C.K.
Louis C.K. at Caroline's all weekend long. Having fun.
Yes.
CNN had a fine story about a foul-mouthed doll.
Oh, I didn't click on this. God, I get so sidetracked with the internet. Like I go, my homepage is CNN because I like if I've been watching videos or if you're on like you're doing a marathon on a weekend. And you know they wouldn't break in for anything because it's like the shit channel. You ever see those channels that just, they keep playing Bewitched?
And
like
even on 9/11.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's like, buildings of people don't care. Fucking Bewitched marathon is on.
That is so true.
So, there's still somebody cooking some shrimp for you on TV.
Yeah, on the Food Network.
Add some salt.
They have no resources for news gathering, so they just keep running the fucking Food Network.
Yeah.
How to boil water. No, great. The fucking place is burning down.
Man, you're onto something, because like when the president speaks, I'll go through all the channels and count how many fucking channels had to cover
covering it. You know, you got the networks and the news channels obviously are covering it.
But then you get amazed every once in a while, like, what, Sky-Fi?
I'm at fucking like
I always flip around when he's on too, just for the slight.
Nick at Night.
Nickelodeon, the Jeffersons are gonna be on no matter what.
Abso-fucking-lutely. You are guaranteed to see James. JJ made a painting and I was trying to sell it. Like fucking buildings are burning.
Family, fucking Three's Company will be on Nickelodeon.
Yep.
Noggin, there was something that'll never.
Noggin.
None of the HBOs, none of that Showtime, or they'll never.
What about a nuclear explosion in Manhattan?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Those channels will still keep going.
ESPN interrupted for the president dying for Gerald Ford.
Yeah.
And they interrupted for 9/11.
They did? ESPN did?
They interrupted, for Gerald
For Ford dying?
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has to be the most tragic events we've ever seen. A nuclear device detonating in Manhattan. The loss of life, inconceivable at this point.
Click. Come and knock on our door. We've been waiting for you.
Nuclear explosion.
Where the kisses are. What the fuck?
You know, this comedian, Adele Givers, she was doing a joke. Probably some other people did it, but I saw her do it, talking about 9/11, and she was like, what the fuck happened to the emergency broadcast system? Like,
yeah, just like, they're always testing it. But
9/11 was it.
If that wasn't it, I don't know what the fuck.
Pull the switch.
Pull the fucking switch on that beep.
You're right.
This is the emergency broadcast system.
Yeah.
This is not a test.
Had this been a real emergency.
Didn't that used to horrify you, like growing up? Because it was Cold War and shit, so that meant there were nuclear missiles coming over, and they were fucking going to hit, and that was it.
Yep.
So, boop, this is a test of the emergency broadcast system. We're testing it, broadcasting in your local name, blah, 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 blah. But this time, it was like nothing.
Nope.
I guess you really didn't need it if you're watching it happen.
I guess
Back then, you needed it because,
a storm was coming or something.
You had 5 channels.
Yeah, it would have been like,
nice storm was
we
coming.
interrupt Aaron Brown and Dan Rather to bring you some weird guy who has never broadcast.
There seems to be a problem.
Bad things are happening.
I don't know exactly how to describe this.
Would that be like being the anchor for the fucking emergency broadcast network? And after 9/11, he's like, couldn't I have had 5 fucking minutes? Planes hit the World Trade Center.
Come on.
And I still didn't get to punch in.
Get shit.
Jesus.
I love how
I've been clearing my throat for 30 fucking years. I don't get to fucking go on now. Cocksuckers.
Anyway,
CNN.
Yeah, I saw that story. And CNN, I keep it as my homepage just for that. Because a lot of times I'll be watching marathons or a bunch of videos. Now with box sets, you're completely cut off.
Yeah.
There ain't a DVD isn't going to interrupt, that's for sure.
No.
So I like having the computer there. Just, you pop it up and there's CNN, keep US safe. And I saw that story. And somehow, through 2 clicks, I went from that to watching German shit video.
Wow.
And I swear I wanted to watch
2 degrees of separation from CNN to German
2
shitting.
clicks away.
Wow.
I don't even know how it happened. It was within 2 clicks. I think it was a link that took me somewhere, and then a pop-up came up.
I said, oh, fuck, I got to see that.
I got to see
that's how easy
something.
it is to get to.
Yeah.
I don't click on pop-ups.
So what I use to keep me informed is also there for
shitting in Hitler's mouth video.
Yeah, German shit videos.
Wow.
Shitler.
That's what they would have called it.
Shitler's listen.
Shitler. Good. Yeah. Fucking chicken.
Oh, God.
So what was the story? I didn't click on it.
Well, let's get into it here.
Try and keep up with me.
What did the woman say? We had to bleep it out because the singing Baby Bratz doll's lyrics sound too much like profanity.
Yes, I am very disgusted, really, of the lyrics of what I heard myself. And we don't use profanity at home.
It shocked Louis Arce's 6-year-old daughter, Christina, on Christmas Day when she came to him in dismay after listening to her Baby Bratz doll named Jade sing. What did you hear when you played it?
The F word.
The F
word. The F word. The F word.
It said fuck and cunt.
Do we have it unbleeped?
Yeah, we have it unbleeped.
Oh, thank
goodness.
goodness.
We'll get to that point.
The F word.
The toy companies do this on purpose, by the way.
Yeah.
I just think it's when you're recording something, sometimes it sounds different. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. You could go through song lyrics.
What?
I wanted
Jimi Hendrix.
to take a break of the show and kiss a man.
Excuse me.
What do you think of it? Yeah, there are plenty of song lyrics. There's a bathroom on the right.
Mm.
There's plenty of song lyrics that you just fuck up, but they didn't record it that way.
For half of my life, I thought in Purple Rain he said, you say you want a leader, but you can't seem to make up your mind. I think you better close them big eyes, ooh.
Them big eyes, ooh?
You think you better close them big eyes, ooh. And then my girlfriend back then goes, no, he says, I think you better come and let me guide you.
Oh.
And I said, oh, shit, okay.
It's such revelation when you figure it
that
out.
song where he says, revved up like a deuce and
Yep.
run under night.
Yeah.
I used to think he was saying, your mother's cunt smells like oranges. That's what I thought. It's just a weird trick of the ear, you know?
So subtle.
Weird, yeah. I was like, really? What a weird lyric.
Oh, is that great?
It's just a trick of the ear.
Who hasn't heard that?
Yeah, of course. I'm with you on that.
Christ.
So today, the RCs took the doll back to the Kmart where it was
They did.
purchased and played the song for the store's manager. We went along to see the manager's reaction.
He said he heard it. It's the bad word that the doll said.
The manager offered to take the doll back and said the manufacturer of the doll should be notified, possibly to initiate a recall. RC said he called the manufacturer and someone there told him the doll's lyrics said something else.
She said that it said so cute. But I'm telling her what my daughter told me.
Oh, so cute.
The F word.
When we called for comment, we were transferred to the PR department. We left a message, but everyone was out of the office until after the holidays.
Puerto Rico.
Mr. Arce says that he plans to hold on to this doll till after the first of the new year, when he can speak to the manufacturer of this doll. It's MGA Entertainment, and he says he plans to get to the bottom of it.
Do you?
Yeah. I'd love it if the doll company just said, so it says fuck. What's your fucking problem?
Got a problem
Like
with
they
that?
just did it.
Yeah, we decided that we wanted our doll to say fuck.
Kids like fuck, don't they? Like they just go, oh shit, really? That's a problem? We thought fuck was good for a kid's doll.
Complete ignorance. Wait, what?
Oh, thank you for telling us because
the next line of shitty Sammy dolls.
my wife, I hate people that act outraged at this kind of shit, especially when it comes to kids, because there's just people who gives a shit. But my daughter, somebody gave her a makeup kit for a 4-year-old. It's little pink pouch with makeup in it, and it's stuff she can smear on her face and look like a
young
rape
whore.
Right, like all fucking looked like someone really did her in. Like she had a bad
turning
night.
around at 4.
Look like Jodie Foster from Taxi Driver.
That's what she looks like.
Oh, that is
all
horrible.
smeared makeup.
Yeah.
But the nail polish, she opens it up. The whole house stinks. It's fucking toxic. It's lacquer nail polish.
It's real nail polish.
Real nail polish. And there's no warnings.
God.
There's warnings on fucking adult nail polish.
Yeah.
It's not the apple juice made out
No,
of apple juice. The Play-Doh that you can eat.
No, it's like fucking incredibly toxic. If she drank it, it would kill her.
Benjamin Moore.
Yes, that's what it is.
Everything kids get
turpentine.
these days. Yeah, everything kids get these days has to be like dissolve in an
I don't know
instant
how
if
they
it
got
goes in
away
their
with
mouth.
this.
How the fuck they got away
are
with
you
that?
still alive? I'm alive.
No, our toys
and
were
you're,
ridiculous.
And you're 15, 17 years older than I am. How are you still alive? They didn't give a fuck about kids when you were growing up.
The most dangerous toy I ever had in my life. It was something called Incredible Edibles. It came with this metal mold of a bug. And you put this fucking chemical in it. I don't know what it was. It was not food.
Wow.
You put a chemical in and shoved it into this it plugged in this device that heated up like a nuclear reactor. You felt radiant heat coming from this
To melt the thing.
And then they gave you tongs to reach in and pull this metal mold out.
Jesus.
That was it was red hot. And then you had to set aside to cool. You pulled out this incredible edible bug and ate it. And it was like rubber. It was rubber. They didn't care. They didn't care back then. There wasn't a thing. Click clacks, which were the most dangerous.
What do you do after you ran out of that stuff that you put in the mold?
Oh, you melted your toy
Crayons.
soldiers in them, and crayons or
Yeah.
whatever else.
Yeah.
And there was also, I remember a friend of mine had this. I wasn't interested in it because I wasn't interested in like Civil War stuff, but he had Civil War characters he would make with molten lead. Jesus. It was a toy for kids. You melted lead and then poured them precariously into these little holes in top of these little figurine molds.
But why are you still alive? Why are we still alive?
Because we're not one of the people that were killed. Like
Yeah.
That's the thing. People like,
that's the simplest fucking answer, and it's 100%
did die
accurate.
just because it's just so self-centered.
Wait a minute,
I saw a comedian once who was supposed to be like a non-PC guy, and he's like, hey, with seatbelts and airbags, how many people here? We're all still alive. Yeah, but lots of people died. They're not here to raise their hands and enjoy your shitty jokes, you fucking hack. But that doesn't mean that shit ain't dangerous.
But what's the difference between now and then?
We all flew.
Well, the difference is that less people die of those causes because somebody's looking after them.
I don't believe less people die. I mean, he made a good point. I'm saying now it's got to be
less
a reason
white people die. Don't you understand? Less white people die.
White people die. There are still rules over there. There is still minority children.
Molten.
Those companies are still selling those toys in Bangkok and shit. They just don't sell them here.
They don't sell them here.
They still make the whatever that thing was called, the fucking Incredible Edibles, but they sell it in Brazil and other brown people
Along
places.
with the paint chip playset. Let's hear the doll. This is what happened. This is what you get to hear.
All right, let's hear.
Hey there, show me what you got. Hey there, try and keep up with me.
First
of all, the doll's a whore.
Distorted. Yeah, the doll's a little hose bag anyway.
Yeah.
But I heard like a little fuck you, but it could have been anything.
We got it isolated.
Oh, good.
The guys behind the
Look
scenes.
at the guys.
Just great.
That's it?
That's fuck you. Right
Wow.
there. What?
I'm not buying it.
Yeah, those people are douchebags.
I'm outraged.
Yeah.
Are you
That could be
kidding me?
anything you.
Are
you kidding me?
It's supposed to say so cute. Oh, what the hell is that?
My awful phone. It makes the thing when I get a text message like that because it doesn't have a funny ringtone. I don't have I have kitty porn on my computer like you do. It yells out. His phone yells, I have kitty porn on my computer.
Yeah, it's Jim Norton.
Listen to this awful ringtone.
And I keep meaning to change it, but I just have so much fun when it goes off, panicking and making noises. The best was in line at the bank.
I don't even have your number in my phone. I'm kidding. I'm teasing. Number. Right? As we eagerly await.
This is really my ringtone.
All right.
I have kitty porn on my computer. I have kitty porn on my computer. I have kitty porn on my computer.
I've seen that go off in restaurants.
Awesome.
Dude, and then you go into major panic mode and I can't get to the phone fast enough. I'm like the fumbling idiot. And all those dumb comedies.
You gotta not go for the phone when that happens. Like if I'm in a movie theater and my phone goes off, I just look around like who the
fuck? Yeah, hey, there you go.
The instant you reach in your pocket,
you're guilty.
Yeah.
You can't really tell because look at what happens if a phone rings in here. A lot of people, if they have the same ringtone, everyone's grabbing.
Yeah.
So you don't actually know. There's something weird about a cell phone ring. You can't quite place where it is. You ever lose it and then have somebody call it and you walk around the house like, I hear it, but I don't. Am I close to it? Is it under me or 3 rooms away?
You know what? Every time I'm checking, if I want to check my voicemail on my cell phone from a landline, I'm holding my cell phone in my right hand. I'm calling it with my left hand. I know I'm doing this. And then when it rings, my cell phone rings, and it's me, and I go, oh, I'm getting a call. And I'm like, oh, idiot. And then I'll hang up. I'll do that 3 times. I go, okay, remember it's you this time. Ring, hey, somebody, how nice to get a call from a person.
The cell phone has to be the biggest change in society over
by far.
Since I can't even think of what the last invention was. It crept up real slow.
Since the phone.
Since the actual phone.
The actual phone, right.
Because it's just changed everything we do. And now with cameras in them and stuff, with the Saddam thing we were talking about earlier, it's just, I would put that top of the fucking list.
No, I had a cell phone early because I was working on a TV show and we needed phones.
You remember? Oh, you had a great one.
I had a big, huge one. But I was talking on this New York City street corner on a phone, and some kind of like trendy, punky kids walked by and went like, hi, Mom. Oh, you're on a phone. They made fun of me.
Oh.
And I remember screaming at them, you're going to have one, asshole. You're going to have one of these. Remember this day, you fucking cunt.
Everyone will have one.
And they do.
They used to be, those big, huge ones that went in the phone. But
what did we used to do, though? Do you even remember?
Payphones. Disgusting payphones.
Even before pages, though. What did we do?
You had to get
You had to, to a payphone.
Everybody had different kind of message machines. You had a fucking tape message machine.
Leave a message on one
big thing where you could call your message machine and punch a code in and hear it go.
That was amazing.
Play your messages for you.
But there were lines at the mall. Yeah. I remember being at the mall as a kid, and you'd have to stand on a fucking line of kids to call your parents to come pick you up and shit, because that was all you had. And
that's another white experience.
Yeah. Then they got big fat cell phones that look like old Vietnam military.
Like you're calling it
walkie-talkies. Yeah, I'm calling it an airstrike.
Getting kidnapped is a white experience too.
That's true. Take the bad with the good.
Well, yeah. Hey, Craig in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning, Craig.
I actually have Jim Norton on my cell phone yelling, "Ring, ding, ding, pick up the phone, cunt," when my one buddy calls. Loads of fun when you're standing in line at the bank.
Yeah, you think it's fun at first, and then you get in these situations and go, maybe this isn't a good idea.
Wildly inappropriate.
I want to challenge line 5, Eric. Eric, hello. You're challenging my toy knowledge. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Every time you tell the story, you tell it wrong. They were never called click-clacks. They were always called kabangers.
No, they weren't. Dick, fuck, ass, cunt, shit, dick, fuck, bitch. They were click-clacks, you motherfucking dickbag. They were called click-clacks. Punch up click-clacks.
Fucking retard.
You motherfucker. I'm experienced. Not old.
Experienced? You're experienced grave digging, you fucking old bastard.
Grave digger? Why would I be grave digger if I'm old? Get your joke straight, you fucking dickbag. You stink. What did you call them?
They're kabangers.
Kabangers? Where did you grow up? What shithole fucking podunk Iowa crap dick shit fuck did you grow up in?
Sir, you must understand that
Jersey, you Long Island
fool. Jersey, that's what it is. Anthony, that's his excuse. Okay, let me apologize. He's from fucking Jersey.
You gotta understand, Anthony used to call a slinky a long spring.
Right. We called it the big fat spring. Look it up. What does it say?
I think you're both right.
It is. Of course it is. Depending on where you're from.
According to Google, you throw click-clack in Google and hit
you get click-clacks. Now put in his stupid word, and I'm sure it comes up. Like they didn't have two different words for toys.
It was a knockoff.
Dumbass.
What was it? Something bangers?
I love that guy.
Bangers.
His mother a knockoff of click-clacks.
Right.
Oh my God! There you are.
Yeah. Two different ones, but he calls me up to call me out on it.
He goes across his house and picks up the phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna call him out because it couldn't possibly have two different names.
Calls the screener.
They were in Australia. They call him something else. What do they call him? It's that thing that they used to a weapon that you used to fucking catch ostrich with around its neck.
Koala
it's a weapon.
Koala killer. All right, we're gonna step aside so we can digest a little bit more with Louis C.K. and Patrice O'Neal in just a bit.
Now we all know that Opie and Anthony
We got to bring this to the radio. Actually. Talking about navigation systems.
We've been all over the place during this break. But we were talking about our credit card theft because we were talking about shredders. I have a shredder. Apparently Patrice is a shredder. You like to shred. Got to have the cross-cut
shredder.
I have
a shredder. I don't think I got the cross-cut, though.
You have to have cross-cut,
You got to have cross-cut. They could tape that shit right back together again.
How long that would take, though?
Hey, for you?
What?
To steal your identity?
Oh, you, yeah.
Nigerians?
Yeah,
come on, they're out there.
There's an African Opie somewhere.
I am Greg Opie Hughes.
No, and my point of view is people have stolen my credit cards and then they reverse the chart. You know, I get the money back.
You get it back.
I'm white. Everything works out. It works out. It's
How long did it take? Like 2 minutes.
2 weeks, and then I go, oh, by the way, could you reverse those charges? Of course, Mr.
Of course, Mr.
Of course, white Mr.
We've done that already.
Yes.
Problem?
The best part during the break, Louis like, and I'll go, what? I didn't buy that. Yeah, you got to take that off the card.
yeah. Sneaking a couple of my own purchases.
Just a couple of purchases.
Also, I would never buy an iPod.
Dinner at
Why would I ever?
Bennington's?
Dinner with my wife? I didn't pay for that. Somebody took my wife to dinner on that credit card. No, but I saw this comedian Morgan Murphy in L.A. who did a bit about, I'm just stealing her bit, but at least I'm quoting her. When some commercial for Citibank where they show a black guy saying they thought I saw something for a surfboard on my card, and I called and they told me, of course we already took that off. And the message is, here at Citibank we know black guys don't surf. Mr. Rodriguez, of course we know you didn't buy those textbooks or whatever, you know.
Don't you get annoyed when they check on you, though? Like, there are certain things I do all the time and use my credit cards for, and then they'll like, it's been denied. You have to call up American Express or something and make sure. I'm like, dude, I've done this 15 times.
That happened to me during this Christmas season.
Did it?
Why?
Because you used it?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Yeah, no, they your card off when you go shopping.
Explain the whole thing to you from scratch. Like, well, how do we know it's you?
Yeah.
Well, because I signed it, but anyone can use your signature. Well, why did you ever let me use this card?
Well, then why am I allowed to do this? Well, we noticed you've made multiple purchases in one day. At the same mall around Christmas.
When's the last time you've been asked for a ID with your credit card?
Yeah, you don't.
Ever.
You don't get asked for an ID.
No.
Ever.
You just hand them the credit card. Done. Yep. Transaction complete.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because insurance
catches it all, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I had mine stolen. You know, Jekyll and Hyde's here in New York.
That's a great story.
Apparently some guy, one of the waiters over there, had this little device in his apron.
Oh,
and when he took your credit card on the way to the register, he'd swipe it into this device, which later he plugs into his computer, gets all the info, and he had a thing that prints up cards and puts the information on the magnetic strip.
Yeah.
So he used my credit card to get like $800 and something worth of cell phone equipment and stuff. And I called up Amex, and they stopped it and reimbursed, and everything was done.
Did you pay attention? See, this is where I fucking up.
Yeah.
I'm so afraid of what my balance is going to be.
You open it up and kind of shut your eyes.
I don't even look. I don't fucking call my balance. So it's like, I don't know if somebody...
You don't look at your charges?
Too, yeah.
I'm saying
I don't look at my charges.
I'm afraid to hear it go down, you know? I don't have enough where every time I spend, I know I'm spending. So it's like, I'm afraid that it's going down. So I don't check it a lot.
Yeah.
So somebody could steal my shit and for a minute, you know?
See? And I check it now. I didn't used to. I would just look at the balance until I realized I was paying for AOL for 4 years every month, and I hadn't used it in 4 years. I just hadn't used it. It was like riding around on a bicycle with training wheels still on. I just never, like AOL was your first foray into the internet kind of thing, but once you were done with it,
you pay bills over the internet?
Yeah.
Oh, I have porn sites that fucking bill me monthly that I haven't jerked off to since the fucking 90s.
It's forever.
Yeah.
Like, and a charge will come in sometimes for $6 every month for some service. I don't know. It's like gm2b.com, and you're like, what I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
But I might need it someday, so
that's funny.
Let it ride.
Louis in the middle of a 10-year contract he signed with some of these porn sites.
Keeping some company alive right now. I have no idea.
There's one guy still paying. Keep the company going.
I watched Paris Hilton's video, blowing what's his name?
Yeah.
And I paid for that for a long time because I paid for it, just jerked off to it once, never watched it again.
Done.
And then, 3 years later, I looked on my credit card and I'm still paying. Monthly, every month.
You got to check the charges.
36 months I paid.
And it's a process for you to get that shit off, like to not pay.
Oh, it's hard.
Sites.
Yeah.
You got to go to PayPal and then reverse it, and you got to send your code. And
sometimes you just have to report the card as stolen, get a new one, and say you want a new number, and then they can't charge that one anymore. But then you got to go through the shit of calling the legitimate charges, and
you got to actually call Paris Hilton and say, I don't want to jerk off to you anymore.
I'm done with you, you whore.
Please. She's like, are you let me off the hook, will you?
A couple more, come on.
Let's go to Dave in Vegas. Dave, what's up?
Yeah, the golden ticket for not getting hassled with your credit card, U.S. passport. Everyone accepts the U.S. passport as your ID.
You're thinking in the wrong direction here. Nobody's having trouble using their credit card. It's too easy. It's too easy for others to use your credit card.
All right.
The golden. I love that there's a golden ticket.
A golden ticket.
I got it.
You show them a passport, you don't even need a credit card. They just give you the merchandise.
Let's say hi to Eric in Boston. Eric.
Hey, I did that freecreditreport.com.
Oh, yeah.
And I got signed up for a membership for $13 a month. They got me for 7 or 8 months before I figured it out and finally canceled it.
There are a lot of services out there, either on the computer or some of these TV services, like the one with the chicks, Girls Gone Wild, that you don't just buy something. you're subscribing to something. So if you buy Girls Gone Wild, they show the tape, you go, oh, I call the number, I want that one. You're all of a sudden in this subscription-based thing where they send you tapes every month, and you're billed for them, and then you have to box them up and send them back, and they make it real difficult to do that, and a lot of people didn't realize that. And it happens with things like Free Credit Report, other websites where you're signed up and it comes every month
for a penny.
Yeah, that was the original one back then. Dude, it was great when you were a kid, though. Yeah. You'd send the penny, you get a bunch of CDs,
Mother
screw
kills
it.
you.
Yeah, well, why am I getting this from Columbia House?
I used to have it mailed to like the neighbor's house, and then you get your CDs.
Is that what you would do?
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about anything else.
Jack it up to a federal crime. Nice.
Well, how about you, Mr. Fucking set the Puerto Rican murderers to your neighbor's house?
Your neighbor's
on the fucking...
Well, I never thought of that. Wow, what happens if they go to that house and murder the whole family?
To those people. Oh, I'm sorry, we have the wrong house that we were going to murder. Can't murder the wrong people.
Oh, they break in and kill the family, and
well, you got to explain it now.
I got the guilt factor.
But you got to explain what he's talking about, because that would happen during the break.
You don't, when you have a navigation system, which a lot of people are getting now, it's easy to program in home. They have a setting. It says home.
Yeah, picture of your house and everything.
Yeah, it's a little house, and you hit the button, your address is there, it takes you right home no matter where you are. But the bad thing is if someone gets a hold of your keys to your car, which usually has the keys to your house on it.
Valet parking.
Yeah, valet parking, things like that. They hit home. Now they know where your house is, and they have your house keys and your car to drive them and your goods away.
So they're taking your car for a joyride.
To your house to rob it.
You learned that watching Ferris Bueller.
Well, they didn't have a nav system. They just had a cool car.
That's pretty funny.
But it's true.
That's paranoid.
But if you put home in, they know where you live. So put home a few doors away from your home.
Show me one story where that actually happened.
I've not, but just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it might not. Well, or maybe it has.
It goes back to Louis saying plenty of kids choked on
toys.
On toys.
People who got
we're
killed
still
that way
here.
are not around to.
But now really. You got me thinking that I put it a few doors away from my house.
Now you're gonna get somebody murdered.
As home because I get close enough to my house. If I'm 7, 8 houses away from my house, I know how to
don't you just put it in the vicinity? Don't you know where you live by that time?
Because it's a button for home, and it's easy. You don't have to just go put in an address. It's one button.
But that's why I don't have an Easy Pass. I told you.
Because they know where you were?
Because you like sitting in fucking a line of traffic. So you like going into the Easy Pass lane and then cutting into the Cash lane so I could sit behind you motherfucker.
If you speed, if you're going through multiple tolls and the speed limit is 55.
They don't send you a ticket.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They haven't.
They're talking about doing it. They were at some point, but they don't.
I'm not. Listen, first of all, I'm getting tired of both of you.
Well, then don't be on
wait a minute,
radio.
I'm getting tired of both of you with your dismissive nose and no proof. It's just like everybody listens to White Nose. I'm saying yes.
But the default. The default shouldn't be in your case, default is paranoia. Everything that could possibly that your amazing imagination can dream of is going to happen to you.
You
think people should spend calories thinking of, okay, what if somebody stole my cell phone while I was sleeping, took out the chip, shoved it up my ass, and used it to find me so they could rape my mouth with something they stole from me when I was 8.
And at this point, it's very
easy. You got to look out for that kind of thing.
At this point, it's very easy to say no to you because you came up with that Crisco oil thing an hour ago.
Yeah, that's true. You hurt your own.
But people have heard about the Easy Pass situation.
I have driven between Easy Pass stations doing 95 miles an hour.
And you've got
nary a ticket. No, I've never gotten a speeding ticket.
How many times am I going to say we're white? We can do whatever we want.
Exactly.
You get speeding tickets
check
because
your license points.
There's a W on my
Have you checked your license points?
Exactly.
Have you checked your license points?
Yeah.
I think you better check them again.
Dude, my license
you
is
think they're just stealthily upping his license points without telling him why?
That's black paranoia.
Why, you don't think I would get something in the mail saying go to...
Yeah, you get pulled over for no reason.
Right.
His new magazine, magazine.
Again, Patrice, you get pulled over for no reason because you're black. Yes. That's how the fucking country works.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way it's always been, so we have no reason to be paranoid the way you are. I understand your
lack of... Let me tell you
my lack of need of paranoia.
Let me tell you what white guys are now. You becoming the women of the new millennium.
My God.
Because you're not working hard at this moniker that you have now. Mm-hmm. You're lazy. You think it's all about you, and I'm telling you,
it is about us. The whole country is based on white guys having a good time and not worrying.
But they're not. First of all,
at your expense,
it's coming crashing down. In England, you're a piece of shit because you're a gingered head.
I know that. That's why I don't live there. I know. I would never live there.
In England, I run shit in England if I go over there with fucking...
Do you?
He's
not really. They don't like you.
Let me tell you
something.
No, ginger
just
hair...
polite.
And he's a ginger hair yank. A ginger hair anybody over in England.
That's why I don't go over there.
A foot in the fucking ass.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, because Irish. That's why I'm not there.
Scottish.
That's why I'm here. We're just having skin that's relatively pale is a huge advantage. A huge advantage.
And you know what?
To the point where it's criminal how great my life is. It's a global crime how good my life is compared to yours.
You have a slight niggery texture to your hair, too.
I know. It's a little niggery.
It has a niggery texture.
Well, I'm half Mexican. I'm half Mexican.
Really?
That's how great it is.
Wow.
I'm half Mexican and still I get all the white guys.
Completely white. All the white guys
are 100% Mexican.
My dad is Mexican.
100% Mexican. Wow.
Well, no, his dad is Hungarian, but my whole family lives in Mexico on my dad's side. He's not a citizen here. My dad's a Mexican citizen.
Holy shit.
I didn't speak English when I was 7, 8 years old. I came here and didn't speak English. Spoke Spanish.
Now this is why wasn't this on the bio we got for you from Roland? Why did Roland send us a Louis C.K. bio, by the way?
His career back at least 6 years. You better be careful. Whoa.
It doesn't matter. I look white. It doesn't matter.
I thought he was a Mick.
No, I'm going to go see him on the stage.
Hey,
I'm a beaner. Come on, hey.
I am way more Mexican than Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, apparently so.
He's never lived over there. I lived in Mexico City.
You lived
from when I was 1 till I was about 7 or 8.
Holy shit.
Wow. And that's where my grandmother is.
You go down there
everybody,
still?
all my uncles. Yeah. My whole dad's side of the family is over there. So we go there, about once a year. My sister.
That is like Patrice telling me he's a fucking Kennedy. I swear to God, it just... looking at
weird.
you, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well,
Mexico is made up of...
is for spick. He took the SPI out of his fucking face.
That's right. That's right.
Sneaky motherfucker.
I know.
It's Luis Spick.
It's Luis. That's what my dad's name is, Luis, with Luis. That's his name.
You motherfucker.
Wow.
Holy shit, Louis C.K.
You are a counterfeit white man.
I am.
Very good counterfeit, though, because you look so
one
white.
Of the best.
He's the whitest in the room.
That's why I appreciate it. That's why I appreciate it.
Yeah, see? Look at that. He's living the life.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, man.
So awesome.
That is terrific.
Hey,
wow.
No, I went into a store the other day, convenience store, and I got a bottle of water, and then I walk around looking to see what else I want, and then I kind of space out, and I walked out with the water.
Oh, shit.
And then I'm in my car drinking the water, and I realized I didn't pay for this. And I realized that's because I'm white. Because they looked at me, and they're like, he'll pay for something today. It'll even out. He's contributing to the economy. It's going to be fine.
When did you start saying I'm a white guy?
What?
At what age would you like, you know what, fucking I'm white?
Call me white. I don't know. I look white.
At what point
white is a bullshit identity. It's not a real identity. Because I have nothing in common with other European white people, but...
I mean, at what point did you go, I'm not fighting to be Mexican anymore? Like, I'm not fighting for this whole Mexican thing.
What do you mean fighting for it? I mean,
like Alamo? What the fuck is that?
When you're 8 years old, when you're 8 years old and you're not speaking English, you're Mexican. You feel Mexican. You identify with Mexican. At what point did you go, I'm now a white guy?
I forgot how to speak Spanish very fast. I mean, I still remember it. I still can speak a little. But I was young enough to just I adapted. I did what other immigrants do.
The second he crossed the Rio Grande, fucking wet back and all. Yeah. He was like, "Hi, I'm white.
Hello, everyone.
I'm now a white man."
The thing is, I was white in Mexico. Here's the thing that people don't understand is Mexico is just like America. It's made up of some black people and some white people and brown people. The only difference is that they didn't genocide their Indians as well as we did in the United States.
We got that job done.
Yeah, so that's why the face of a Mexican to most people, and also Mexicans, you meet Mexicans that look like me all the time, but you don't know they're Mexican when you're meeting them.
Fuck.
Only the brown guys with the push down nose.
Bad things all the time.
You probably do.
I probably do.
People say, well, I live in L.A. for the last 5 years, and people say nasty shit about Mexicans to me all the time. Oh, because they don't know I'm Mexican.
You go, yeah.
And Louis goes, I agree.
Yeah, damn those Mexicans.
Holy shit.
That is wild.
See, but he's white.
But listen, my grandmother, my Mexican grandmother, whose family has been there since sometime in the mid-1800s, there are Spaniards that came over. There are Europeans that came over to Mexico, and there is some Mexican Indian blood in us, and some...
Is that like black people,
Jewish,
though, saying they're Indian, for Mexicans to say we're Spaniards?
No, it is.
Spanish.
There's some of the, that's the...
Because black people like saying they're Indians.
No, rich white...
Earl.
No,
rich
Mexicans...
Like
hair quality.
Rich Mexicans don't like to say that they're Indians. To be Indio is really dirty.
No, I mean like American Indian.
Oh, yeah.
Like black people like saying they were mixed with Sioux. And it's always Sioux and Cherokee.
That's only like a hair thing.
Really?
It's not a hair and skin thing, because it was always good to be like that lighter thing growing up, you know what I mean? And then you have the white people, straight white people hair.
Yeah.
So any black person with white people features, they'll say is
See, I barely make it into whitey. I'm barely white. I'm like too Italian because I'm Sicilian, so you know what happened. You watch True Romance.
Your
the Moors, great grandmother, which I don't doubt. I wouldn't doubt my great grandmother's just taking that black cock.
Othello was up in Miss Cumia,
just banging the fuck out of my great grandmother.
And Iago was like, "Get it, nigga, get it!"
Just conquered. Fucking my great grandfather just hacked with a machete. His body's laying there, and my grandmother's just being fucked by some more black cock. I know what happened. She kept the
baby. She couldn't have hated it that much. She kept the baby.
That nigga had a Chesterfield right after.
Just fucking. That's it. Yep. I know my history, but as the years went by, I tried to whiteificate.
That's right.
My family whiteificated ourselves. Here in America.
Just by skin. That is
trying to get
despicable.
Despicable.
We poured concrete.
That's right.
Fucking
trying to work that grape soda out of your bloodstream.
I'm more American than Louis C.K.
Yeah, you are.
And he gets to live the American dream.
That's exactly right, because I look white.
Funky.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
This dirty wetback, his people, fucking up the spinach.
That's right.
Giving us E. coli.
And meanwhile,
here's spinach field.
The hilarious part of it is that anybody who's black, you can almost guarantee their family's been here longer than anybody who's
hell
white.
Yeah.
Because everybody who's white just got here. Black people have been, built the country for free.
1600.
Built the country for free. And now they get fucked.
Why do they do this to us?
Who would have thought that?
You're black.
Louis selling me on reparations. Yeah. I want to give you some fucking money.
And it takes
my thing is
white Mexican man to make you motherfuckers see that's what you did to us all he did.
But my thing, though, is that if the show would have got to this point where we're calling him a dirty Mexican.
I know. Louis C.K.'s a dirty Mexican. And I want to give the blacks reparations.
Here's the way I feel. If we're going to give blacks reparations, they should have to be slaves again. Like, if we're going to pay, basically we're paying them for the slavery.
Right.
Then they should
accept the slavery.
Is CK an offset of some...
It's Hungarian. My grandfather, gets even worse.
Wow.
My Hungarian grandfather was Jewish, and he left Hungary because they were killing the Jews.
Yeah.
And he couldn't come to the United States because there was too many Jews going.
They weren't letting him. They turned boats away.
So he went to Mexico, and he met my Catholic Mexican grandmother, and that's the family I came from.
A Jew and a Catholic Mexican.
And he didn't tell her he was Jewish because he was so in love with her.
CK is just the first two letters of your whole last name.
It's pronounced CK, but it's spelled much longer.
Wow. Hey, here's some interesting news about the Jew thing. I do know where the term kike came from, by the way.
Derogatory term for Jewish people? Where'd that come from?
I do know where that came from.
Where?
It is when people used to come over on the, in the ships on Ellis Island, a lot of people couldn't write English. So they used to make their mark, and the Jew's mark was a circle. And the circle is called kikel. So that's what they would just shorten it to kike. The guys coming in and say, "Here's another kike." Once they seen the circle.
You know where nigger came from originally? There was some black guy being a nigger, so they called him a nigger.
Jesus.
He was being a real nigger, and somebody said, "What a nigger," and that's where it started.
It just was nigger was a feeling. Yeah. He's just like this. Look at him.
It wasn't some wordplay.
Just blurting out a sound, and it came out like that.
Just the guy was being such a nigger that it fucking made someone say the word.
my God, man.
That's awful. Well, we're learning about derogatory terms and where they came from.
That's right.
Wow.
It's history. It's a really good history lesson.
I never knew that.
Let's say hi to Jesse. Jesse, what's up? Jesse, go.
Yeah, Jesse.
Hey, what's up, boys? Hey, Opie, I wonder if you think you're related to Patrice, since your aunt All the Way May was known to play around with the Negro.
That's true. All the Way May, who was in League of Their Own, played by Madonna, is actually Opie's great aunt.
Really?
The real woman that was All the Way May.
That's awesome.
So we just talk about how much black Negro League
God
she was taking.
Oh my God, that would be a great porno. By the way, the Negro Leagues and the ladies league.
Satchel Paige plug Opie.
Let me tell you something. When all the white
Gibson smashed us in the butt.
all the white men were off to war,
Western New York.
she was being fucked by Negro Leaguers and the Tuskegee Airmen. We're just like fucking plowing All the Way May.
And laid her down right on the fucking syphilis blanket.
I shared a nice story about my family history, and it has come down to this.
It had to be All the Way May. It couldn't have been the nice, wholesome one.
Did you ever meet her? She hit a lot of home runs and stuff.
I bet.
That's great, man. That's
I don't think so.
awesome.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
Yeah.
She's a nun in Western New York.
Louis
She had
C.K.
they fucked her right into the nunnery.
Goddamn wetback. I can't believe this, man.
That is something.
I have a Mexican passport somewhere.
God damn. And that, like, unless you tell people that, and you really got to explain it like you did.
Yeah, no, it's...
You can't just say, yeah, I'm Mexican. They'd be like, yeah, okay,
right.
1/1000th of a Mexican from 20,000 years ago.
People expect you to look a certain
This guy's been on hold for like 20 minutes. We'll clean up something here. Ed in Jersey, go.
Hey, Patrice, I'm a cop in Jersey. You cannot get a speeding ticket for Easy Pass because it's a moving violation, and that has to be assessed to a driver for the points, and not just the vehicle itself.
That's why you don't get points when they take the snapshot. They don't put points on your license when you get a snapshot for going through red light.
What about the red light situation?
No points, just fine.
But you still could get a ticket for the fucking...
Somebody could take your Easy Pass. Somebody could take your Easy Pass and speed with it. That's why they can't do that.
Wait, we got a
parking ticket. A parking ticket, you get the actual vehicle gets the ticket, which is a registered owner. But in the situation of a moving violation, those points, it's a moving violation, so that the driver has to be identified. That's why they have to be stopped. But anybody can be driving your vehicle. They can't just assess.
I'm telling you, points, Patrice, it's you. The reason you're getting speeding tickets in the mail is because you're black, and they got tired of pulling you over. You know how cops used to pull you over all the time? Well, now they just send you the ticket in the mail, and you pay, and you don't have to do the whole bullshit. Did you buy this car yourself? All that stuff.
Too, very soon, hombre.
Hombre. I'm a very hard to track Mexican, so I don't get that kind of shit from people.
A redhead Mexican.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's fucked
Mexican
up.
with some Jew in him.
With a little Jew, man, to really throw you off.
Wow.
Yeah, Jewish, Mexican, Irish, English.
Something. I would have you pegged as fucking Blarney Stone kissing Irish.
Yeah, my mother's very white. My mother's white genes were very
on
strong.
The Aryan list, he's hated more than I am.
That's right.
Two parts of you.
You would fuck it. If you went to prison, there would be the essays, and they would fuck you up. You would have to go with the swastika guys with the
totally.
tattoos.
Oh, I would.
Yeah,
Those
you would
guys,
have to.
There's more of them. Yeah. Shit, yeah.
That's
Who's going to take a stand in prison?
Oh.
You shouldn't be racist.
Yeah, stop it.
William Forsythe in American Me. Remember that movie?
No, shit.
With Edward James Olmos. Remember that movie?
Yeah. Oh,
Damn,
God.
no.
Yeah, exactly like him.
I was just thinking American History X. You don't want that happening.
Wow, Louis, that's fucking amazing.
Really
like
is.
Like a different dude sitting next to me now.
He's a melting pot among
I need Nick
himself.
DiPaolo to say he's from fucking Nigeria.
He's blacker than anybody I know, that guy. Nick. Fucking dark.
And he resents the shit out of it.
Yeah.
In studio playing Carolines all weekend long here in New York City.
Always have a good time when Louis shows up.
And it looks like a bunch of us will be going to see Louis C.K. this weekend. Patrice O'Neal also in studio today. We were talking about dangerous toys, and I guess there was a list that came out, what was it, Radar Online did the top 10 worst toys of all time.
I don't know, I got to page 3, page 2 actually, the second one, and this only came in second? I'm not giving it away. I'm just saying.
You can give it away. It
that's
doesn't matter.
impossible.
It's more just, lawn darts, the number one most dangerous toy of all time.
I don't know, like Johnny Reb Cannon I remember that. Fisher-Price Power Wheels motorcycle.
Yeah,
I guess
it's a motorcycle.
It's a motorcycle
for kids.
It's
a fucking motorcycle.
From 0 to broken arm in 39 seconds, they say. Queasy rider. A little kid,
no training wheels or anything.
No, he's riding a fucking motorcycle.
Here, have a motorcycle.
He's riding a motorcycle. A mini motorcycle.
That's awesome.
That came out in 2000, by the way. They recalled 218,000 of them.
In 1978, Battlestar Galactica missile launcher. It's like a Cylon with these choking hazard projectiles. Very big with the projectile launcher when I was a kid.
Yeah. That's
used
what you
to have,
do when you're a kid.
Yeah, you want to launch projectiles.
Man. That might be worth a lot of money.
I had a James Bond briefcase that you pressed the button and it shot the dart out, and you opened it up and it had guns you put together.
Oh, man.
And then I had something called sixth finger, and you would put it between your ring finger and your middle finger, and push your fingers together, and a dart would shoot out the tip of the sixth one.
Sixth finger?
Oh, it was horrible. Jeez. You ever have the Uncle Fester light bulb?
Oh, I didn't have nothing.
The Uncle Fester light bulb could be
He didn't have good
horrid
toys growing up.
I used to steal toys from the kid. Seriously, the kid next, because my parents never bought me toys. Just never bought me nothing. But the kid next door always had toys, and he'd leave them out on his lawn, and I'd just go over and steal them.
Right. Oh, he is Mexican. Okay.
I was going to say.
Now it's coming out.
Yeah, big surprise there.
Big surprise coming from a Mexican.
That's right. The Uncle Fester light bulb.
You know what? You're older than Santa Claus. No one remembers.
I was a little kid.
Like, remember when you had a pet dinosaur and used to build his teeth? Like, no one knows this fucking shit.
I was a little kid, and I got the Uncle Fester light bulb.
How did it work? You put it in your mouth?
You put it in your mouth like Uncle Fester, and it would light up.
Yeah.
But there were two contacts on the part that you would normally screw in there. So it wouldn't make contact. You had to take a piece of tinfoil and put it under your tongue.
Jeez.
And then shove this in your mouth and touch the foil onto the thing. So you had to roll up tinfoil and shove it in your mouth.
Let me tell you how old that is.
Kid.
Yeah.
You only make toys that are relevant to shit that's on. The Addams Family came. Uncle Fester was Addams Family?
Yeah, but
they came on in 1952.
It was in black and white.
It was in black and white. It was in the 60s. And they reran the shit. It wasn't like they had 300 channels of new shit on. They played the Addams Family 10 years after it was off the air. It was still being run prime time.
No one makes a toy based on fucking
reruns.
No one.
1967.
They did back then.
All right, move on because we got a lot on this list here. So you explain the light bulb?
Yeah, the light bulb.
Right, good.
Number 8, the Johnny Reb cannon. Whistling Dixie through the new hole in your head. The South did rise again, at least during playtime, by the owner of the Johnny Reb 30-inch authentic Civil War cannon. And what it did was you would load it up with what? Flash powder?
You knew. Stop trying to act like you didn't have one, too.
6 cannonballs. I had the real thing during the real war, asshole.
With the little knife on the end of the gun and everything.
Yeah. It would launch a cannonball. It would actually launch plastic cannonballs with a spring mechanism 35 feet. So that could put an eye out. That made number 8. Creepy crawlers.
Hold on. No. With Johnny Reb Cannon.
Yeah?
You didn't read this little thing, Schlock and Load. Read that real fast.
Oh, this must-watch 1961 commercial for the Reb features the catchy jingle, "We'll all be gay when Johnny comes marching home."
Wow.
That meant something different back then. Oh. Let's listen.
The cannon's name is Johnny Reb. Hurrah, hurrah. Give him a hearty welcome and hurrah, hurrah. Old men will cheer, boys will shout, the ladies they will all turn out and we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home. The hero's name is Johnny Reb. Hurrah, hurrah. Most famous cannon you can get. Hurrah, hurrah. Oh, Johnny Reb is ready now. Load him up.
Keep the niggers out. Listen to this fucking... I know, there's a Southern Cross flag with it.
There's a Confederate flag right on the thing.
Authentic Civil War cannon, $11.98, complete with loader, cannonballs, tow rope, and battle flag. Remember, every boy wants a Remco toy, and so do girls.
Was there a North version?
No.
Fuck no. You two can fight a losing battle to keep your slave.
Right in your home, yeah.
Was there a little Denzel and Morgan Freeman action figure?
A little tear going down his cheek if you pumped it back.
There wasn't a fucking East Coast version of this fucking canon?
Nothing, man. Johnny Reb.
Johnny Reb, we know there's enough for you.
All right, creepy crawlers. Yeah.
Creepy crawlers.
Tobacco.
That's kind of what you were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, nothing safer says safety like an open hot plate. And that's pretty much what it was. Mattel, a fryer could heat up to a nerve-searing 310 degrees. This fucker went up to 310 degrees. Jesus. The Plastigoop, that's what it was called, was poured over an extremely hot surface and then cast into molds of various multicolored critters. The results, fingerprint removal. At least those who dodged serious injury or disfigurement could safely eat their creatures. Oh, wait, the critters were toxic too. But this was the 60s, and they thought there was an outcry.
Yeah.
And though the... Why can't I read? The 60s, and though there was an outcry from the singed and sickened masses, Mattel went right on marketing their electric ovens to children.
Yeah.
I had a hard time reading that.
Well, you ate too many creepy crawlers.
Crawlers.
My daughter burnt herself doing shrinky dinks.
Shrinky-dinks.
Christmas, where
they involve the oven.
Yeah, she put them in a real grown-up oven.
Yeah.
And she put her hand right on the cookie dish.
Why wouldn't she?
Yeah, and she burnt it. And she explained it to me. She was crying, and I came in the room. What's the matter? I burnt my hand on the shrinky dinks. Well, how did you burn it? I touched the thing, and then I'm like, I zero sympathy now.
You're an idiot.
If somebody threw the thing at you, then I'm really sorry. But you touched a hot thing, you retarded fucking dumb shit. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Why am I dealing with this?
Number 6, Bat Masterson's Derringer belt gun. Let's see. Some kids had belt buckles, others had cap guns. Only the lucky ones had Bat Masterson's Derringer belt gun. A 2-in-1 combo took care of all your pants-securing needs with the option every 10-year-old dreams of, the ability to shoot caps at groin level. What would happen? When you stuck out your stomach, putting pressure on the buckle, a small gun would pop out and fire a cap. A gut-busting meal in that case could lead to serious friendly fire mishap.
Hell, this keeps the uncle away at least. Jesus.
Caps could be there you go.
Oh, Jesus. But you got to turn them on and make it work. Right? You got to leave your pelvis. You got to put your pelvis on it.
To keep away. Turn them on a little bit.
That's awful, though. The kid goes to play with this. The uncle takes him in the room. It sounds like Chinese New Year in there.
Johnny, leave him alone. Jesus Christ. Stop fucking my kid.
Apparently, the caps can be ignited by friction and cause serious burns, is what was happening. Serious little abdominal burns on little children. Sky Dancer. I kind of remember this. I think my sister had one of these.
What?
No, this is something newer.
You're not that much older than me. How do you remember this shit?
No, this was 1994. This was like a Barbie-type thing. She had wings, and it spun at high velocity, and these little helicopter wings on the tips of her hands would stick out. 10 safety dancer, but 10-foot foam wings. How big was this fucking thing? 150 children fell prey to Sky Dancer helicopter blade arms. And erratic, oh Jesus, it's chasing me flying pattern. I guess you'd pull it and it would fly. Injuries included scratched corneas, temporary blindness, mild concussions, broken ribs, teeth, and facial lacerations. Jeez. Nearly 9 million Sky Dancers were recalled.
Just the bad dreams from this thing. It's
it's spinning around, chasing you around the house.
Nick DiPaolo's calling me.
Oh, there he is.
What's that nigger one?
What are you doing?
Disguised himself as an Italian.
I'm on it. Yeah, right now.
Yeah, look at the ethnics talking. Snack time Cabbage Patch doll. Yep. Feed me. Beg the package. 1996 Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kid. What did this do? They merely wanted to nibble a cabbage, perhaps. They would stop chewing when the snack time was done. They promised. Then they chomped your child's finger off. Oh, okay. It was a motorized mouth that sensed neither pleasure nor pain. It chewed for chewing's sake, with no mechanism to turn off the munching should trouble arise. It was only a matter of time before some cherub's long blonde hair got caught in the doll's rabid jaws. After 35 fingers and ponytails fell victim, the snack time kids were removed from retail shelves forever. Wow. So it would just keep chewing and eating, whether it was hair or fingers or anything. Number 3, mini hammock from Easy Sales. One false move on the mini hammock and leisure time turns seizure. Mini hammocks seemed innocuous enough. No projectiles, no lead paint, no sharp edges, no explicit danger, except sloth. But between the years of 84 and 95, the item, also named Hang 10, managed to hang 12. Holy shit.
Wow.
Reported in August 96, the product had resulted in the fatal and near-fatal asphyxiation of dozens of children, kids aged 5 to 17, and recalled 3 million of them. Among the banned Easy products were Hangouts Baby Hammock, or Baby's First Death Cocoon. The culprit was a missing set of spreader bars. You usually get on hammocks. Supports meant to keep the hammock open when it was at ease. Unfortunately, children seeking to spend an afternoon like Gilligan became entangled in the net and strangled to death. That's what happens when you spend $4 on a hammock.
17 and they die in a hammock, though. That kid's a fucking jerk.
Yeah, no kidding.
5, you don't let a 5-year-old be in a hammock.
No.
Himself.
Now, where's this?
Some of these things, though, are opportunities. Like when my daughter burnt herself, I told her, I explained pain to her.
Now she knows.
I said, see, your fingers would have been you took them away from the thing when they got burnt. If there hadn't been pain hurting you
would have kept your
you would have
hand
just
there.
let it sit there and get burnt and fried.
She learned.
Yeah.
Now
she
not
understood.
Do it again.
She stopped crying.
That's the only way they do learn.
Yeah.
And the ones that die,
pain is good.
Die. The ones that don't, you learn. Yeah. Number 1 was, like you said, lawn darts.
Which
we all remember these. Yeah. You would throw them at each other. They would fly very high into the air and come down at high velocity. You knew not
your
where.
Skull and stuff, whatever.
Yeah,
we all know that one. But go to 2.
I don't think that's number 1. Number 2.
I've never heard of this one. This goes back to
I don't remember this either, Patrice.
You absolutely do.
I have no recollection.
Tell you why. You bought it the day you did that drill that you hide under the tables from the Russians.
I used to have to hide from the Russians under the desk.
You're 96.
You never had to hide from the Russian missiles?
Motherfucker.
Duck and cover?
Under a school desk?
I was 10 when they knocked the wall down.
Were you?
Shit. Oh, motherfucker, Jesus Christ.
I remember when I was in, 7th grade. No, it was 6th grade, 5th grade, things like that. When I was in elementary school, we used to have to hide under the desk. There'd be like an alarm would go off. It wasn't a fire alarm. It was a.
First of all,
and you just have to get under the desk.
Anthony, that will protect you. Stop looking around the room for people who are
I stopped
agreeing.
How old are you, Patrice? I think you're younger
37.
than Oh, okay, you're younger than me. A couple of years.
Well, go into this atomic energy lab,
man.
And that.
Go ahead, keep reading, Adam.
Okay. Well, this thing is amazing. This came out in 1951.
This is called Adamant.
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 Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab. A fission buddy, fallout shelter not included. Honey, why is your face glowing? In 1951, A.C. Gilbert introduced his U-28 Atomic Energy Lab, a radioactive learning set. We can only assume was fun for the whole math club. Gilbert, who American memorabilia claims was often compared to Walt Disney for his creative genius, had a dream that nuclear power could capture the imagination of children everywhere. For a mere $49.50, pretty expensive.
How is this not number 1, by the way?
That's a lot for a toy now.
1951.
Jesus.
A kit came complete with 3 very low-level, in parentheses, or quotation marks, sorry, radioactive sources, a Geiger-Muller radiation counter, a Wilson cloud chamber to see paths of alpha particles, a spinthariscope to see live radioactive disintegration, 4 samples of uranium-bearing ores, and an electroscope to measure radioactivity.
Get the fuck out of here!
But this is, you know what? This is retrospect though. This is dealing with radiation.
Yeah.
The reason I think it's not number 1, the only reason not number 1, because it's not official. It's not officially killing kids. It's possibly killing kids.
Well, yeah.
And the first one, you throw it up and the darts were landing on top of your head, killing you.
True.
Which is,
Well, this sounds pretty dangerous, but they probably didn't know back then. Kids do the darndest things, but not apparently nuclear physics. The toy was only sold for 1 year. It's unclear what effects the uranium-bearing ores might have had on those lucky few kids that received the set, but exposure to the same isotope, U-238, has been linked to Gulf War syndrome, cancer, leukemia, lymphoma, among other serious ailments. Even more uncertain is the long-term impact being raised by the kind of nerds who would give their kid an atomic energy lab.
The thing is, how fun was this toy? Let's. I can't wait to watch live radioactive disintegration. That sounds awesome.
Disintegration. And all the unsold ones at the bottom of the Hudson.
Oh yeah, where'd they put those? There were a bunch of women that wound up dying from leukemia because they used to paint the little glowing numbers on the watch faces. Remember when watch faces would glow in the dark? I think they still do.
That was in a Kurt Vonnegut novel.
It was. Was
that real though? Because I remember reading it in a Kurt Vonnegut novel.
They would put it in, and to keep the little brush tip.
Yeah, they'd lick it.
They'd lick it.
Yeah.
And that was apparently real. Yeah. Go to Snopes.com.
That was a good. That was a good. It was a special.
Let's get the hell out of here. We got some lines of the day, and then we.
Shit! Look at the time.
Is it already?
It flies by when we have fun.
Line of the day sponsored by BowDogFight.com.
Ooh.
Kashi 7-hole grain honey pus will be one of the 10 most dangerous cereals in about 10 years.
I'm sure.
Yeah, eating that. Remember when people used to eat that shit and then they found out it fucking blew up your liver?
Here's the first runner-up line of the day.
Looking at you, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, Mexico is made up of...
is for spick. He took the SBI out of his fucking head.
That's right. That's right.
Sneaky motherfucker.
I know.
It's Louis Spick.
Yeah, there you go. Patrice with one of the runner-up lines of the day. We have one more runner-up line of the day, sponsored by BowDogFight.com.
Isn't it such revelation when you figure it out?
Song where he says revved up like a deuce and then run through your night.
Yeah.
I used to think he was saying your mother's cunt smells like oranges. That's what I thought. It's just a weird trick of the ear, you know.
So subtle.
Weird, yeah. I was like, really? What a weird lyric.
I
fucking walked into that like Pesci.
We all
I
did.
fucking walked right into it. Blindsided.
Very good. And finally, here is today's line. We all know what it is.
Of course we do.
Play it. Here's today's line of the day. Here
Jimmy makes an appearance.
Line of the day. Line of the day.
You know where nigger came from originally? There was some black guy being a nigger, and so they called him a nigger. He was being a real nigger, and somebody said, "What a nigger!" And that's where it started.
It just was nigger was a feeling. It's just like this. We're gonna just
it wasn't some wordplay.
Just blurting out a sound, and it came out like that.
Just the guy was being such a nigger that it fucking made someone say the word.
That's fucked up. That's just how he felt when he said it.
How great is that?
Oh, man.
Wow. With that, we have to thank Louis C.K. for coming in today.
Absolutely.
Thanks, you gave us a nice bump. Patrice, you gave us a nice bump.
Absolutely love having Patrice in. We have great conversations in the studio. And then we leave, and we don't fucking say a word to each other.
Like
it's so uncomfortable.
Roaches when the lights come on.
It's like... we either walk to the garage or downstairs or something like that, and it's just, hey.
Well, that was
my fucking truck, please. I don't want to talk to you.
I think if we hung out though one night, I think we'd have a good time.
We would get along because we just the same kind of motherfucker. We would sit there and just watch something else.
Yeah, and just comment on it.
But we would try it too hard at first. And
it might be awkward at first. I think I would just have to go to one of your gigs and, I don't know,
I'm very much like you. I'm very fucking hello, and I'm very lack of small talkish. Yeah.
All right, listen, let's get out of here. Louis C.K. is going to be at Caroline's all weekend long.
You'll be
there?
That's right. I'm definitely
going to be Louis C.K. Shameless on the 13th of January.
Yep, looks great.
Thanks, man.
What I've seen on HBO so far looks great. Thanks. All right, and Caroline's is 212-757-4100 for tickets to see Louis C.K. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that, see you tomorrow.
Gotta run.
Boobs always. With that,
see you tomorrow. Gotta run.
Boobs always.
With that, see you tomorrow. Gotta run.
Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run. Boobs always with that.
Yep.
See you tomorrow. Gotta run.